You can always come home. Whoa, we're gonna have fun with this little bubble. Ah. Uh-oh.
Добавь драйву.
Whoa, I did not mute my microphone for the entire time I just noticed, so good thing I was just with the cats. But we are now live with our third and final series of the day here. Could be a very big one here, perhaps a decider between Team Unique and Viking GG here, as this one will be quite crucial. Viking GG have so far a 1-1 record. So they need actually both teams have a 1-1 record. Who am I kidding? So they need themselves a decider here, a decider team. We see who will move on into the playoffs. Team Unique already warmed up. Viking GG looking like they're ready to go here. They've had one match a day. They've 2-0'd these Cyber Dogs. They got 0-2'd just like Unique did by 178 here. So two evenly matched teams thus far. We'll see how they're able to do, as already a few unique heroes getting picked up here. Early on in the draft, we see the Skywrath Mage and a Troll. These are like 4 heroes, save the Legion Commander, 3 heroes really. You don't see a whole lot. Same with the Shaman too. We used to see him a whole lot more, but a little bit less so. But 2 strong dispels with him. I believe the ulti, well, if you take the talents, then the Troll ulti will dispel, of course, but a strong dispel, at least to have against the Shaman, is going to be very strong. Dispel away the Hex, dispel the Shackles too. Even the Legion dispel here against the Fatal Bonds could be massive, so that level 25 talent probably can't come fast enough. The OD is going to be pretty spooky, though. Against the Skywrath Mage, I'm curious, because OD, the ulti, does damage based off of the int differential. The more int difference in favor of OD, obviously, that he has, the more damage the ult will do to you. Skywrath Mage, one of the highest int heroes in the game. He's a smart dude, usually why you see the Pugna band in anticipation for him. So I'd be interested to see what that matchup actually looks like. I don't know if I've ever seen it. I don't know if that's going to be the matchup either, because that's probably going to be a 4 or even a 5 Skywrath Mage. Maybe a 5 Sky, a 4 Clock here. They got a good amount of flexibility here in the draft, to be quite honest. This side here on Viking GG. Let me take a look here at the Sky matchup to make sure I don't make a fool out of myself. Well, more than I already am anyway. Looks like a Sky mid. It's actually not too bad against OD, to be quite honest. Really no lane against OD is all that great. The OD really mainly suffering here against like a Pugna, a Brood pretty much. Queen of Pain, Nyx, you know, like Husk. Like he's just a strong laner overall. You can still beat him. You know, a TA is actually quite strong against him. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how they go here. But already, we need an offlaner here for Team Unique. What do you lack right now? Honestly, well, you got good lockdown even. Yeah, just team fight, I think, is what you need here. Sand King does that, provides himself a strong lane as well. Not guaranteed. We've definitely seen it, you know, taken care of. We've seen Sand King swept aside before, but it's potentially for a good one. I think the Omni Knight would have been fantastic here, to be quite honest, especially against a Clockwork. It makes the battery assaults a lot easier to deal with at the very easiest. Legion Commander does give good lockdown here against the Sand King as well as the OD. Of course, you can make quick work of those supports too. The Troll's kind of an interesting one here. Haven't seen him a whole lot recently. I think it's a pretty good hero. Overall, he's quite balanced here.
Queen of Pain.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Quap then. Yeah, Quap does pretty well against the OD, to be quite honest. You can safely stay at a distance away. OD, of course, wants to be maxing the equilibrium as well as, well, you want to get a level or two to reduce the cooldown of the Astral Imprisonment to be able to actually, you know, farm in the lane, ideally. But against the Queen of Pain, he's not really going to be able to Astral her too much. Plus, that level 6, that Sonic Wave, is a little bit scary. It's an int hero that does a lot of right-click damage, too. It's a good hero against the OD. So it's going to be Rajix here on the Legion Commander. Flash on the clock. Exotic Deer on the Safe Lane Troll. Safe Lane Troll there. Going to be a Mastermind mid here. Not to be confused with Master Risk. I always confuse those two for some reason. I start with the Master and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, well, I don't know anymore. I don't know which is which. Did forget to unmute my mic. In any case here, going into the game, no relics here on the Sand King, interestingly enough, for the Dota Plus. A lot of these guys, though, that play, like, it's not too unusual to see a crap ton of levels early on or just a ton of shards saved up. They just don't want to bother having to spin. I haven't even spawned relics in a while, and I have a relative amount of shards stacked up, too. There's the Sand King offlane. Gonna go with the Shadow Demon. Nice kill potential early on. You've got plenty of lockdown here. Shadow Demon, very hard to trade against. Troll does okay, at least because he can go into the ranged form here, of course, which will help him out just a bit. But plenty of magic damage to go through those Whirling Axes evasion. This offlane, though, it's going to be Rajix here supported. I almost thought that was Phoenix, but it's Ixen on the Skywrath Mage, not to be confused. Mid lane, though, is going to be favored here of Mastermind, of course. So that's going to be a very fun one to watch. At the horn now, as we're going to have a bit of an engage, not for the top rune, unique. So bad, and in a bit of a trouble here is that battery assault early on. Very annoying to deal with the Whirling Axes thrown. Still called Whirling Axes, right? Yeah, they're ranged and melee. But nonetheless, still axes and they whirl. My lips are so dry for some reason. Mid lane then, Naive here against the Mastermind on the Queen of Pain. We'll see how this is going to go here. Astral Imprisonment, of course, not having a very long cast range early on. And that cooldown as well, not making things any easier. Trying to go for it now, but again, Queen of Pain able to get out a lot of these quality last hits. The move slow, in fact, makes it even more difficult to try and even get close and trade with her as well. That's so bad. Trying to run down Flash up top lane. Nice attack damage here. He's going to maybe have it here with the Shackles, actually. Yep, indeed, first blood. Shackles early on makes it kind of impossible for you to trade with anyone except for maybe like a Bane and maybe like a Legion Commander who's got level 1 proc the attack. Moment of Courage, whatever, same thing. You knew what I meant. Proc the attack, press the attack, proccing the Moment of Courage. It's all the same difference, isn't it? But Unique down bot lane will suffer a bit. This is going to be a really rough lane until you get that magic wand up, and then you're going to be, you know, not okay, but at least you're going to be able to sustain yourself in lane for more than 10 seconds without all these birds coming at you. Sentry ward is dropped here, trying to scout out last hero. Is there an enemy sentry? Not quite yet. Gyro, Sand King, Legion, and Naive here on the OD, leading the CS for now. So there's a Shackle up top, and a bit of damage here. Nice two-man Burrow Strike, but going to be evading most of the damage there thanks to the Whirling Axes. It's that 60% miss chance. At all levels, of course. Shackles again, top lane here onto Flash. They try and set up for a kill, making it very difficult though, is Exotic Deer. Also, level 1 Sandstorm, kind of an underwhelming amount of damage, but it's very good harass here. This actually is a 5 clock, presumably. No, it's got to be a 4 o'clock. There's no way. It's going to be a 5 Skywrath Mage almost certainly here, building up plenty of int damage early on. Getting a bit of armor and stats really going to help out. Mid lane, Astral Imprisonment there will not stop the Sonic Wave from coming out, but they will at least get a kill top lane finally. Ixon showing up, grabbing a kill there. That's a Scream of Pain, by the way, not Sonic Wave. You need to be level 6 for that, but Mastermind able to easily out right-click there. Coming in, speaking of right-clicks, is so bad with his attack damage. He's got boots, actually. He's faster than Mastermind, and he wants this kill. Turning now with the Shackles, not doing too much damage, but maybe trying to set it for something. The blink away, not going to quite save him, and barely enough HP is going to be Queen of Pain. Very aggressive play there, but Mastermind doing the mental math needed. He did the he integrated, he did the math equation all correctly, and figuring out exactly how much HP he needed, down to the HP regeneration as well. Rajax will be stealing the creep wave here. Going to take a fair amount of damage, actually. Has 8 stick charges, might be enough, but going to be knocked down to 200 HP here at the 4-minute runes, which will not be there. A regen would have been very cool to grab, but I'm not going to be that lucky here, as continuing the chase is so bad. Again, with the boots and the wind lace, he's quite fast, but a gank mid lane here likely to result in a kill, as they have another Shackles here onto Rajax there with the press the attack though. Looking back mid lane, Scream of Pain almost able to secure that kill, as Rajax still now retreating all the way back into the fountain. Top lane now in a bit of trouble is last hero, still sitting underneath the sentry ward. He will die. There's plenty of action, but not to worry, we're catching it all here, boys. They're trying their best. Not a chance. Not a chance I'm going to miss any, that is. OD now off to the jungle to farm, trying to catch up here a little bit, as it's going to be Mastermind off to a pretty fantastic start here, just about to secure level 6 now, as these supports here on the side of Viking doing a fantastic job of forcing rotations all over. A nice little Venn diagram here of this common area where everyone has got true sight. Just keep that in mind. But level 6 now here on Mastermind. Needs to be careful on the OD. Look at that attack range, man, on this Queen of Pain. It's so hard here if you're an OD to really close the gap there. Still gone for the 3 levels in the Astral, though. It just helps you farm way too much. 1-3-1 build, quite standard, as Legion once again taking a fair bit of damage here. Overwhelming odds to return some As now Sani chasing down here has got the level 3 rocket barrage here at the ready. Homing missile is incoming. You do have the shackles at the ready too, as I missed a kill mid lane, but that one doesn't count there. Sonic Wave getting that kill down. As we go in, shackles at the ready, gonna result in a kill in between the tier 2 and tier 3, which is quite an aggressive play to make. They find that kill though, as 6-minute runes spawning, no bounties there. Last hero here, I don't think is under a sentry. They just dusted him up. There's now rotation from J4 to return the favor. Ixen still trying to find this kill underneath the tower. Maybe has gone a bit too far, but there is more support as Flash has now come through. There's going to be the power cogs as well as the battery assault, preventing him from really getting too much damage done. And with plenty of creeps here to tank the tower, they're going to be a-okay. Ulti now available there for the Troll Warlord. Naive trying to farm up as best as he can. Mastermind now level 7, having a level advantage, but not finding a power rune, so needs to bottle up here and regenerate the kids. Now with the top, it's going to be now all of a sudden Rajix once again in trouble. Last time they got him all the way between their tier 2, tier 3. This time underneath the tier 1 will do, but I'd like to see the heat map on Rajix this game. It's been like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, well, just all over the frickin' place, quite honestly. Naive maybe in a bit of trouble. J4 is rotating through as well. The Sand King will cancel their TP though. As pro 8 minutes now. Good start from Sani actually, probably just out of everyone. He's got 2 of the 3 kills here on the side of Unique. So bot lane has gone quite swimmingly. Mid lane though has not really had that sort of favor, unfortunately. They're able to get a bit more farm on them now. As speaking of that, Sani gets a third kill rather, down bot lane quite quickly. Rune will spawn bottom, a little bit anticlimactic. Ixen trying to escape here, will be able to. Astral cast range still not that big here. There's Rajix. Maybe in a bit of trouble here. They're going to go again. The shackles into that damage. There's still a few creep preventing full amount of that level 4 rocket barrage damage from coming through, but not quite enough. There's now Sani gonna get involved here against. Ooh, man, that's actually that blowback damage or that blowback distance making quite a speed. That is one of the things that got nerfed here quite recently here in that last patch. We take a look at the patch notes. The knockback radius increased by 15. I don't have no idea what it was before, but now it's increased by 15. So, oops. Last hero going to be setting up for a few auto attacks, although J4 in a bit of trouble, maybe having enough damage here. Yep, that bird, one more axe there, whirling, but not from the whirling axes there to secure the kill. So bad, maybe trying to set up again here for another kill onto the Legion commander. Legion Rajix has learned, keeping the space though, but trying to contest here for the 10-minute runes, as they do have a ward scouting so bad in and around their secret shop area. Looks like they're going to be maybe snagging 3 runes here on the side of Viking GG. 8 to 5 going to be the kill spread here at 10 minutes then. With net worth going to be the Gyro Troll. And then the Queen of Pain here in the top 3. Legion Commander OD just about neck and neck. As, like I said, Gyro's off to an amazing start, which will reward this team here. Unique, gonna have a fairly nice mid-game, to be quite honest. Legion Commander's gotten off to a great start. They're gonna try and put a dent in that now that we do have the duel up. It's just shy of hook shot here on Flash, but you do have the Mystic Flare if you're able to find it. And that's gonna be a fantastic setup. As the homing missile not gonna save him from the duel, but mid lane now they're gonna go to Mastermind. Rock will get dropped there. As that was not too perfect overall. Exotic Deer now getting forced out by these snacks. Gonna go ahead and farm these up quite nicely for sure. Taking a bit of damage from them, but maybe be a misclick there on the OD ulti, unfortunately. No one even nearby there to steal inch from or burn mana off. Had just 2 mana or 2 ints stolen, that is. Smoking up now here on the side of the Dire River. The Dire side of the river. I don't know. It's going to be Viking GG regardless here. As 2 or 3, we're going to have duel up and ready again. Battle Trance has yet to be used. As now Sani maybe getting a bit too aggressive once again. Does have the drum charges at least, as in comes Exotic Deer from the top lane. They've abandoned top for now though, as the TP mid lane to be coming the way here of So Bad. They've used snakes defensively there in a fight. They're maybe still looking for duels. There's going to be hookshot. They'll catch the Warlock. Maybe trying to get involved here is Mastermind though. Will easily be able to from quite far away. Blinking forward to secure the kill there with the Scream of Pain. Now, maybe last hero. Just going to defend the tower here is Radix, actually. Taking a bit of damage. This last hero unable to just sandstorm underneath the tower for him. Unfortunately for him, that is. There's now 3 heroes top to maybe try and find a kill onto Radix. So Bad has rotated over from top lane. Exotic Deer has secured the bottom tier 1, though, in the meantime. And now all of a sudden, Sani is mid. Veil of Discord soon, though. It's going to be a straight Veil Rush. Not actually straight Veil Rush, because it's not naked. You do have at least boots in a bottle, though. So a bit of regen, bit of movement speed. Be a stun onto the Legion Commander. They do have Dust at the ready, trying to hold her down. Call down in 24 seconds. The Sonic Wave is huge, actually. Not too dead on the side of Unique. Radix now retreating. They've got the kill on the 3rd now. Make it 4 on the Gyro. Rock was about to get dropped, but Naive not able to get it off in time. Lone Survivor will be Flash. Rock dropped. Hammer. This is the Hammer. This is the Rock. It's a bit confusing. Not really, actually. Sonic Wave, though, put to extremely great use there. Just missed the fight. Feedback is now in a bit of trouble. It is going to be So Bad. Did not expect the Queen of Pain to be there, who will probably begin to farm up here on these snakes. Not microwaving them, but it's fine. Both heroes about at the same HP. Look at this. It's like when you start denying cogs at the beginning of the game here for a Shadow Fiend. Legion Commander now. Blink Dagger at the ready. Could potentially be a great form of initiation here. Keep up their momentum, find a kill here onto the OD before he gets a little bit out of control. Oops, dropping the phone there. Of course, enemies don't hear that. Not me dropping my phone, but enemies won't actually hear you channel any of your abilities if they got really annoying noises like that, unless they have vision of you. And of course, they're looking. Exotic Deer breaking the smoke immediately to secure the last hit, but it's going to be well worth it. He's actually got Diffusal already. My goodness. Diffusal Blade first item. It's the Blink Dagger jump in duel. It's going to be successful now. Call down, however, is there's going to be the Rock being dropped as well. OD coming through, dropping the hammer. Not too much damage, but shared amongst many heroes. It sure as hell is. Now last hero going to be going in with the Epicenter. Still alive. It's going to be Exotic Deer, however, the basic Dispeller on Battle Trance, keeping him alive a little bit longer. I think this is a basic Dispel on cast, isn't it? Or is it only... Yeah, it is a basic Dispel on cast for sure. Nice fight there, though. It's a bit of a wombo combo team fight out of Unique. You know, call down into Fatal Bonds first and then call down into the rest of it, right? Whereas Viking GG can afford to fight a little bit more regularly, a bit less so before you get a few ags and higher levels, of course. It's So Bad. Gonna die here. Nice movement here from Flash, able to connect here onto the OD, jumping in. There's gonna be Mastermind Sonic Wave, gonna miss onto the OD, able to connect onto the Sand King now into the Sandstorm. As there's gonna be the duel from the Legion Commander, blinking forward. Sani now turning with the call down here, will connect onto 2 kills. Nicely done there, actually. I say that though, but Unique still willing to fight here, as they'll rotate all 5 heroes mid lane once again in response. Less than a 1k net worth lead now for Viking GG off the back of that little scrap mid. 10 to 19, 60 minutes in is the kill spread in favor of Viking GG. But still, we're starting to stack up the dual damage early on the Legion Commander. Now we finally got level 2 duel. Normally, level 1 duel is, you know, nothing to really write home about. It's mostly useful for the lockdown and to prevent enemies from getting off their spells, such as the OD, for instance. But also good against supports for the same reason. The bonus damage you get is also really nice, but once you actually start, it's like stolen ints, right? Like, oh great, I got 8 stolen ints here, it's minute 20. That's nothing crazy. You got 32 stolen ints at minute 20. Now we're talking, right? That's actually something. There's a little bit of a war of the D wards. Flash gonna win out there. Oh, committing though. He's gonna memorize where that sentry is. The Quelling Blade's at the ready though. He will likely die for this though. As down he goes. Rajek's nearby as well as the press the attack at the ready, but there's way too many enemies here. That's the Blink Dagger now on the Sand King finally, and a big kill onto the Legion Commander if they were, you know, just vying for the D-Ward war. Veil of Discord now, as well as they're going to get a kill down bot lane. I heard it. Epicenter, Burrow Strike, Blink Dagger. Sorry, I have to respond to a message here. Apologize for the little bit of radio silence here for a second. Rocket getting channeled. Drop the snakes onto the tier 1 bot lane here, likely to secure the tower. Not sure if they really want to contest it. They've got all the ultis back up here. Just about on everyone. No epicenter, and of course no snakes now, but you got the big ones here. The rock and the hammers. Maybe now they're going to make the jump here. Again, onto the Skywrath Mage they go, and they've got plenty of damage now. 200 health talent taken. Not quite at that 40 Sandstorm DPS yet. There's a hook shot now mid lane. Who have they caught? It's going to be the OD once again. He's got a Force Staff though. Early Force Staff, nice defensive item. As now they're going to look to turn onto the Clockwork. Last hero, nicely done. Immediately jumping onto the Queen of Pain, barely getting the Blink Dagger out. But the Rocket's still chasing her. No more stick charges either. Might kill her actually. Yeah, indeed it will. That is a very... You're playing this one very nicely actually. Those rotations are instant mid lane. They go, all right, we get the tower. Uh-oh. OD's in trouble. Force Staff's away. Self-Astral to buy himself a bit of time, and immediately there with the counter engage. I mean, they got their ults ready. They're ready to fight. Well played to them. Now trying to TP out as the rest of the team respawning soon here on Viking GG. No snakes to push that tower too hard. As the Clockwork not gonna quite catch one. There's a duel though onto Shaman now. Call down here to Rajek. He will win that duel. 48 damage to his name now. As of course a little bit of debuff, but that's BKB pops now on Gyrocopter. Used for 1 kill. 9, 2, and 4 though. As the Burrow Strike not going to catch anyone. Actually, it was a defensive Burrow Strike, but now cannot burrow out of harm's way. Now they might turn again here onto the Clockwork. As on the back lines is just, you know, mid heroes farming. He's going to die here. It's actually pretty soon. And that rocket will finish him off as he's unable to be saved there. Bottle charges will not be enough, unfortunately. Call down. Very farmed Gyrocopter here. He's gone for an early defensive. Now going, of course, into the Aghanim Scepter. Probably going to see a Maelstrom after that. Satanic Butterfly, yada, yada, yada. We've seen it. We know it. We love it. It's a fan favorite. Flavor of the month, flavor of the year, who knows? Gyrocopter, good hero. OD here. See how he's caught up, naive. Yeah, he's doing alright. We'll have that BKB soon. That 4-staff for him is huge. And he's going to go straight into BKB as well. As long as Unique, I mean, they push extremely well early on is the thing, you know? It's not like they just, like, have a black hole to fight with and then that's it. Nah, this team, they're going to be pushing your tier 2s. They'll start your top lane. And there's only one hero nearby. Will be Clockwork. Does have the hook shot in, but no teammates to back him. Instead, maybe trying to counter push, but holding on to all of the ults here. Snakes maybe unnecessary in the end, but will secure the tower quite quickly. And gold's given to So-Bet. Catch one here. Clockwork in a bit of trouble. Last hero just holding him down in the sandstorm. I believe he's level 15 now. Has taken that DPS talent, as one does. And onto the tier 2 they go now. That's going to be a Clockwork out of the fight. And great way to jump on your back line. Stop the Warlock from using these fatal bonds. Bot lane continuing to push his Mastermind. I don't know, like, as counterintuitive as it is, I feel like you just need to, like, fight them. Maybe you're not going to come out all great, but then, alright, cool. Now we've got 2 minutes where we can fight them again. Battle trance, kind of a long cooldown, right? Was this like a minute or two? Yeah, a minute and a half. Sonic Wave early on is pretty high, but now oh, it's actually high at all levels. I forgot that's the Ags upgrade that actually reduces it. But in they go now, gonna take a fight. There's gonna be the Mystic Flare, good damage onto the Gyrocopter. Rock will get dropped, fatal bonds, the hammer immediately blowing up the Clockwork, but the dispels are there now as they look to turn the fight. Sonic Wave going through, cutting down this OD. Actually, that's not even Ags, that's just barely hitting him, as now last hero gonna be caught out. J4 trying his best to TP out, will be able to, and will not die in the fountain either. Shadow Word healing up quite a bit over the Shadow Strike. So Shadow Words over Strikes does really prove that actions don't speak louder than words, actually, in this case. But the mid game is scary. We're going to be doing a Roshan, though, here on the side of Viking GG. No buybacks here. No real way of contesting. No minus armor either, though. They do quite quickly, though, as long as Legion Commander doesn't get bashed to death here. It should be a little bit careful of that. Pipe of Insight is ready on them, as nearby is the Warlock. But the Cogs, I'm sorry, the, what's it called? So we'll keep them at bay. Geared up, ready to fight here again. Rock going to be off cooldown as the duel is going to be onto the OD. BKB now is going to be Exotic Deer jumping in there. Will get the kill, but no duel victory as BKB as well as Battle Trance was the troll there, committing that both a bit early as they can continue chasing. Overwhelming odds, overwhelming damage to the poor little Rasta. Get the kill onto him. And Viking GG now pushing back in their favor, getting the last tier 1 down at last. As they feel themselves a bit strong right now. Eager to use their abilities, BKBs, as Gyrocopter now could be caught here. If we got Duel in a little bit longer, I don't know if they're going to be wanting to chase him, actually. 10 seconds left on Duel. Don't know where he is quite yet, as Ikeson dying once again to last hero, trying to snag runes. Dying for the runes, dying for the team. Top lane though, fight breaking out. Last hero has TP'd through. Nice stun. Gonna get canceled immediately though. That felt like there was a shackle, but it was actually Sani getting pushed back by the Cogs. Looks like a very similar sprite. I don't know, do you still call those sprites? Is that a thing you do? If you're a game dev, please let me know. Are there still sprites? I guess that's a sprite. Yeah, that's a sprite. Like the auto attack effects now is maybe what we call them. That's like a sprite. Yeah, like the avatar animation thing, like the little circly thing, is definitely a sprite, I would say. Blink Dagger now, dawning odds between a pain, but the strongest spell to silence to turn around with the Orchid. Yule Scepter is there, though. They've got so many ways of dealing with each other. It's like a chess match, man. You know, like, oh, we'll set the trap, and if they do this, we do this, and this, and this, and this. It's actually, this is a really fun game to watch. You know, you throw an Abaddon somewhere in the middle, you know, a neutral Abaddon, and all of a sudden it's like, what's even going on? But J4 gonna get caught out here in the woods, just walking through the trees, ends up getting giving the dual damage here to the Legion Commander. Up to 92, 26 minutes in, not too shabby whatsoever. As now last year looking for the jump here onto Flash, the stun, the Veil of Discord, and the Hex just to secure it. No way of escaping there on the clock. No stuns available either. I don't think there was quite a duel at the ready, indeed. Probably had another 20 seconds left, but... Now Rajik's BKB next for him has finished off that Blade Mail. Is going to make him a bit nicer to fight against something like a Gyrocopter, who, one, you do more right-click damage than at this point in the game, but two, his Ags is going to be working against him. Well, with him and against him, right? Who's tankier is really the question, and so far it's the Gyrocopter, but not by much. He's got a good amount of armor, sitting at 23 right now, putting his physical resist pretty high up there, 65% though, as we get another duel victory here for Rajix, as they don't actually have any vision here on last hero. Gonna just continue chilling, but jumping forward, there's gonna be the dust finally in the middle of 4. Not much the Sand King can do. 118 then, as he will duel the support, and now it looks like they might catch a bit more as Clockwork getting his intelligence stolen, now 4 staffing away. Oh, that's a beautiful hook shot onto 2. The power cogs into the Sonic Wave as well. They'll drop the rock. Hammer held onto, will drop it onto the back lines. They're going to get the clock at the very least, but now Mastermind with double kill, looking to make it 3 here. He's killed the courier, certainly that counts, doesn't it? Might even kill the Golem as well. I don't know, it looks like Unique, they have this team fight image in their head, but it's so hard to execute once BKBs are online and activated on Viking GG, so it's like, what do we do? The combo is broken, you know, combo breaker, what do we do? And look, they still try to execute that team fight, and now they can get punished pretty heavily here by Viking. I believe they still have an Aegis, if I'm not mistaken. Apparently not, I am mistaken. I am doubly mistaken. Troll still holding on to his Aegis, BKB and Diffusal at the ready. They're going to have a Satanic, and they're going to have another dual victory here against the Shaman. They're going to be able to get a kill onto 1, as there's going to be Aegis reclaimed, and the regeneration canceled nearly immediately. But all of a sudden, it's getting really scary here for Viking GG. It's a very nice team fight oriented team draft for sure, but I don't think they need to rely so heavily on it. It seems like that's the only thing they want to do, and they push very well and confidently when they're the aggressor and have all of their ults ready to go. Early mid game, right? Early to mid game, they pushed here, they pushed here, they pushed here. They were in the jungle, they were pushing bot. Like, these guys were ready, and they were ready to tussle. And now it seems like their confidence has been visibly shaken pretty bad. They can afford to not wombo combo their ults. Sure, it's really great if you do, but it's just so hard to execute compared to a draft like this where Queen of Pain, you know, it doesn't really have a set combo. She's just trying to blink in and get the best sort of Sonic Wave she can. As I think they're going to be smoked up here. No, just contesting for 30-minute runes now. As they're not going to connect there. They do have vision here onto last hero, rooted down in place, stunned now by the Basher. There's going to be the Asher to hold him down. Hexed up is the Troll, as we're going to have a duel onto the back line. It's onto the Warlock. He's dead. Did not have a rock to drop regardless. Now Mastermind popped the BKB of her own. So bad. Trying to live here as Naive BKB'd up. Little to he can do. Surrounded by 4 enemy heroes. There's going to be the epicenter, but blinking out just in the nick of time is now Mastermind. And last hero can be forced to escape now, as they're gonna find, almost finding the Gyrocopter, but not quite. Clock might find him though here if he ends up going for that rune. They've actually got vision here, so they could potentially go for it. Mastermind So aggressive right now. It's a beautiful stun onto 2. BKB popped, but there's going to be the duel. Legion Commander, the Sonic Wave through the duel. 196 damage now. Tallied on the board. Rock getting dropped. Will only catch a few heroes. They only catch 2 as well here with the Fatal Bonds. Glimmering them off almost nearly instantly. Apparently, if... Oh no, that was definitely going to be press the attack now. It's still beginning aggressive, maybe a bit too much. BKB's now popped by 2 all around the horn, actually onto 2, but naive BKB to full retreat mode against Exotic Deer. 4 staff down, so bad, trying to help out. Sheeping up here, Flash, as now 5 heroes getting ready. He's out of there, dropping the hammer to reduce the mana at the very least, but there's so little the OD can do all alone. Again, the ulti's expended, and again, they don't get a single kill here. Viking have just been completely owning this game for the past 10-15 minutes. Oh boy. No, 10-15 might be a bit much. At least 8 minutes, right? The 8 lasts since they've done Roche and then some. As here they go now, these fervor stacks getting quite high. Able to work through these buildings. I don't have any minus armor, but look at this attack damage on the Legion. 196 already, nearly level 25. Just completely snowballing here. They're likely to go ahead and push tier 2, get Shrine, set up Vision, take Roche, and go high ground, I think is the play here, quite simply. Maybe even in that exact order. Top lane's pushed out quite a bit, but you will have a cart with you at least. That'll be quite nice. Great Vision set up here as well early on. But like I said, you still have this Wombo combo out from Unique, you know, as Wombo combo and as hard as it is to execute, if you can pull it off, I mean, the Legion's very tanky, right? And so is the Troll if you ult him when he's ulted as well. But there's potential still for you to turn a fight here and win it. Like, just completely dominate a fight, actually. Not even turn it. Nice little bit of calm period here as Unique will smoke up here on the base. Continue pushing down bottom. I like this. Their ults are coming back up soon. There's no Aegis on the other team. Go ahead and try and push it tier 2 as the enemy does the same. Removing all tier 2s off the map. You are down a tower, or a lane of barracks, quite obviously, but you're going to have a smoke in return here as Roshan has respawned. They're going to go straight into Roche here. BKB, Maelstrom, now Mask of Man, or Morbid Masker rather, nearly completed for the Satanic on the Gyro, at which point it becomes a bit tougher to kill though. Late game OD is also quite scary. He's just not really had the spike he's been looking for this game. And my goodness, they sure did Roche quickly. Aegis on Troll, Chi's gonna be on Mastermind. Arcane Rune as well. No Ags, interestingly enough, was, I mean, still it goes through BKB. Yeah, I mean, why not, right? Just increases the... I always confuse Laguna Blade Ags upgrade with Queen of Pain Ags upgrade. Sonic Wave is always pure. It just then decreases the cooldown to 40 rather than 135. And also... Oh, there's another duel. It's going to be a very dead Warlock here. No BKB, but unnecessary. As Mastermind able to do the trick there with his right-click damage. 286 now, nearly 25, at which point it gets a little bit more difficult to execute your drafts here. Because they can purge off the Fatal Bonds in a nice little AoE and a nice little cluster. Oh, they've gotten one here, once again. Probably another Epicenter Burrow Strike there. No Epicenter this time. Just a Burrow Strike into the call down here from Sonny. Feeling quite strong, and rightfully so, but might not actually have buyback in this game as they're going to continue locking down the Troll. They will buy back as it's going to be a wraparound from behind. 3 heroes now on to Naive. BKB pops by 2. The Blink Dagger out in time as So Bad trying to escape. The Shadow Strike will catch him now, dropping a gem. Naive, no BKB, will buy back. You do have your combo here to execute. BKB off cooldown now. It's a beautiful 2-man Burrow Strike, but there's going to be the ultis pop. Hammer dropped as well, but there's no Fatal Bonds here or nor gold. There we go. That was Fatal Boss. Now on to 2, taking a bit of damage. The upheaval holding down Exotic Deer as well. Sonic Wave, however, onto 2, gonna nuke down the Shaman. Last hero nearly dead here as well. They're gonna catch the clock. The supports, the troll on this first life is trying to do anything is gonna be Sani. Double kill though on Rajix though. They lose, nuke down these snakes, reset themselves, and go back in. A die back at least onto 1, as you have gotten both supports out of play here for both teams, so 2 diebacks on the supports. It's still advantageous. It might be enough. The unique will hold, but the question is for how long. Oops, keep bumping the mic. I'm so sorry. I'm just a bit clumsy today or something. Oh, there's a duel. Oh, the BKB popped early, but they're going to find themselves 1. They do have a save within the Astral. We've seen that not many times this game, but good damage here on the Legion despite having the BKB activated. Going for the kill here quite aggressively, trying to find it. Will end up dying here. It's very aggressive play. Gives the gem back as well. Ooh, and a 9x godlike spree ended. You give that to 5 heroes. Most importantly, you give the gold to the OD. That in itself here is almost a 2k gold swing in 1 death. 1 death. That was just way too aggressive, man. I feel like at that point it's like, well, I'm dead anyway. Might as well just keep going, but way too much out there from the Legion commander. And we're gonna send it right back down mid the other way. Up 11k Viking GG. They do have buyback here on the Legion, likely to try and force the buyback out realistically. Do we have an act on the clock? No, but we do have a Blade Mal. It was a really good item here against the Gyrocopter. He does have the Satanic now, so considerably less so, I suppose. Who's now going to be building up a Butterfly. From behind, though, is the Clockwork, trying to set up for a kill here. Has good vision onto Naive, but the rest of the team is not too far behind him. He's going to be all alone. The Sheepstick is going to be a very dead Clockwork here, as the CC is perfect, stealing that int. Thank you very much. Really just borrowing it, because he does give it back. Yeah, it's not like you steal Agi or you steal ints, much like the others do. As there's going to be a buyback now out of the Clockworks, trying to hold on for the 20 seconds here. It's only level 2 Serpent Wards, I believe. Oh, it's level 3 Serpent Wards. This is a farm to Rasta. In they go now. They've got the vision. Beautiful hookshot onto 2. Keeping them locked down. The Sonic Wave. The Rock has dropped the hammer as well, but the BKBs have come out. It's going to be a little bit too late. Unique on the retreat. Satanic gets popped on the Gyrocopter. He's going to actually be able to live through this duel. BKB will now end. Rajik still got his. He's going to be running through, finding that kill now. Unstoppable. As now Warlock on full retreat. Viking Mastermind with the double kill there. Beautiful usage of BKBs. It just seems like that completely ruined the team fight there. Show me the recap. Show me the recap. Don't tell me I've already missed it. You just hate to see that, don't you? But look at this. Oh, that's because they got the fear now. And that also is going to help out quite a bit against the OD once that BKB expires. And this team got BKBs really early on. So they're already back down to 5-second BKBs too. Sonic Wave as well, just doing quite a number on this team. Sheepstick, just the utility items built on Mastermind. In addition to the right-click damage he's able to pump out as well, is just so crazy. Just taking on for the pure right-click build. On they go to the Sanctum buybacks now onto 2. Oh, they're going to continue going for it, but they've locked down the Legion Commander. They're going to leave her alone. Well, what do we have here? Another Gem of True Sight. But it has cost you 2 buybacks at the very least. Ooh. Satanic doing so much work, and they're just going to run it right back down mid. Skywrath's trying to do whatever he can. They've got Legion with no buyback here. Did she buy out? My goodness. No, she bought back in that last fight. Now, actually, they're going to lose themselves a lane of middle barracks. They have killed Warlock here. It's going to be a solo kill by Ikeson at the very least. So there's going to be no Golem. Not that you had it for another minute anyway, but Mid barracks have been secured, so it's going to be one lane of barracks for each. The mid ones are always a bit nicer to take, though, because if you do need to push through, as you normally do, right? If you're pushing through like this after a buyback, your mid lane most likely going to be pushed as well. The shortest distance between 2 points, as they say, is a straight line, allegedly. But it's much easier to have your mid lane pushed, of course. Makes a nice difference as well when all the tier 2s are off the map anyway, so you can potentially just go straight for throne now. You don't have to wait. You don't have to push through a tier 2 top or bottom. Backdoor gets disabled right here already, actually, so these creeps should disable the backdoor of the entire base. Well, maybe if they got just past where the tier 2 normally is. But regardless, my point still stands. Always want to get mid if you can. High priority to that lane of barracks. Right then, 42 minutes now. Power rune spawning just about everywhere. DD rune. Give that to Mastermind. Bottle that up. Yoink. Save it for later. As an arcane rune for Naive is quite potentially strong here, reducing that cooldown just under 2 minutes then on the OD rather than the whatever it normally is. Going to be quite nice. Most importantly, reduced cooldowns as well. So 8.4 on the Astral really being the big one, but also Equilibrium too, because what's that? How long does this last again? Yeah, it lasts for 7 seconds, and you're going to have a downtime of 5. So that's pretty worth. They go, actually. They've got pretty decent vision in here. D-wards aplenty. Might smoke up here on the side of Viking GG. We've got a Satanic now on Troll, so he's going to lifesteal for an insane amount if he uses that, and ults. I believe lifesteal stacks additively, so it's going to be a full, was that 200? Yeah, so 280% lifesteal on that guy is insane, but smoking up. Smoke will break now on both, but Mastermind having the superior vision there. They've got a ward here, actually, which will scout 1. Not going to connect anything there onto the hook shot. These team fights are going to be so freaking explosive, but the D-ward is there. Still though, just continuing to wait it out. Roche will be back up here in 20 seconds. A 9k net worth lead for Viking, but still the team fight potential here on Unique makes it so scary. And they go maybe onto Exotic Deers. Limber Cape is there, but the rocket will still actually hit him. Won't matter too much. Plus, you have given the gem back there. I think it was their gem in the first place, so now it's rightfully theirs again as they make a jump onto 1. Haste room secured. Sight device all around here. Onto 2. Hookshot now onto the OD. Nice 4-step to buy a bit of time, but the duel comes out before the BKB. Sonic Wave will nuke him down instantly. Buying back now is going to be the Skywrath Mage, who did get killed here by Sani, as now Warlock running for his life here. Feared, silenced, dead. It does have buyback. Might need to just use it here as Roche is up. It's a 3rd Roche. It's got a refresher shard. 2 Sonic Waves. Yes, please. I think that will be very well worth it here. You're going to have to wait a bit, as that cooldown's still extremely long, but that is going to be a tasty bit of Roche if they want to go for it. But with OD dead for 80 seconds, of course, you're going to want to at least take the Megas here. It's a good team to defend against Megas, but we'll see if they're able to do so. Rajix, maybe a little bit less antsy to jump in this time. His DD will end, but 274. He's gone, of course, for the 350 AoE. Press the attack. How could you not? An AoE strong dispel? That is just, ooh. That is insane, this game. But then they go Exotic here. They're actually going to drop the rock here onto him. They might have the actual damage for him. They do, actually. He's dead 100 seconds. Does have the flyback. Hook shot in. Trying to get a bit closer as Masterclass. Oh, they've actually found the duel as well onto Sani. He's dead. They're going to get the Shaman as well. The epicenter is there, but it's not quite enough. Flash somehow still alive, but the Golem, it's like frickin', what's that movie called? Oh, Jesus Christ. You're not trapped in here with me. I'm trapped in here with you, or the other way around. Because, my goodness, last hero pulling quite a Rorschach there. Able to get 3 kills there. Buybacks now on literally everyone, as Viking GG feel the need to buy back here. Exotic Deer making the call for Roche here. They know all the ults are going to be off of cool. I missed the fight recap again. which is a bit upsetting. But really wish I caught that. As the last hero just pumping out the damage there. My goodness, no buyback on the Legion. 300 HP, or 300 down there. But look at this damage as well. 2 shackles. How is this man so farmed on the Rasta? He's 25. He's already got the ward's attack damage. That's not even the ether shock damage. My goodness gracious, this man is so farmed. Of course now, oh Jesus Christ, he's gone for the wards build here. It does have the Ags, and if they can get Roche here, will be a refresher, but getting locked down here as the Sand King is not able to escape. Will drop that gem right back, but does have buyback at the least. Oh my goodness, this game is just so much back and forth. Look at now, all of a sudden, yeah, even Dota Plus doesn't even know what to do. There we go. A little bit back in favor now of Unique, surprisingly, but that might just shift right back downwards after that kill. XP earned, now swinging heavily for Unique, and look at this this net worth change. Remember when we thought Unique were gonna win here, or when they were pushing and looking very strong, and then it was like, maybe not, and then Legion died twice at the tier 4s? What's going on? What is going on in this game? Let's look at buyback sessions. I mean, like, why even bother with anything else at this point? No one's got buyback here except for the Clock and the Sand King. Everyone else has got it on cooldown. Literally everyone else has got it on cooldown, and there's Sand King's buyback. I don't know if they can actually contest this Roche. There's no shrine to TP to, but it's gonna scare them anyway, as they do have vision. They watched him walk into Roshan. I have Scotty queued up for the Gyrocopter. Everyone buying out now. Why not? Buyback now available here on the course for Unique. You've got a nice window here of about 4 to 5 minutes where Troll and Legion, Troll and, whoa, hold on, you've caught one. It's a Warlock. He's going to be very dead here very quickly. We'll drop a rock in his wake. Maybe they can try and turn into a fight. Last hero jumping in there. They have the dust. Dust all around. The Hex is stunned. Now Flash in a bit of trouble. They've caught one more as well. That's last hero dead. The dual damage is too much for the OD despite being BKB'd. Sani unable to do too much as now Clock will buy back. Almost certainly should just kind of finish the game from here. Rasta doing as much as he can here, as humanly possible, but will get caught. Was just chilling here, trying to maybe set up for an additional kill, bait them back here, unable to do much more. Mastermind nearly dying actually here to the snakes as well, as these guys do a lot of damage. But now it's going to be left alone. Sani all alone, 326 dual damage on the Legion Commander. They're going to do Roche. It's going to be a 1v4 here as these freaking snakes and the Golem making it very annoying to do so. Look at that AoE there. Refresher Shard. Mastermind should definitely take this over the cheese. I mean, yeah, maybe not over the cheese. I would even think over the cheese. I think you just run in. You don't even bother with megas. You gotta screw that. We're going for the throne. No buyback on OD. He does have the... I mean, it is available. He just doesn't have the money for it. And they're going to go for the buildings. Maybe they know that the OD bought back around the same time, so maybe just they're trying to force it out here, but this is likely just going to be straight up game, honestly. I don't really think Unique can defend against this. As long as they just hit buildings here. I mean, it's a freaking troll with press the attack and a Legion with this much dual damage. Yeah, this is just GG. Yeah. Well, a little bit of back and forth there as the power spikes clearly shown on the graph, but Viking GG able to The silence can kind of ruin him out from the Skywrath Mage, though, so that might be a concern, but I still like the axe. I think it's a good pick here. For Team Unique, the problem then is that it doesn't synergize super nicely with a Void is the problem, but you know, you can go ahead and chrono an axe. He won't really care too much. As long as he gets the call out first, then just let him be. Let him sit inside the chrono for a little while. Why not? Give him a break. Viking GG now to draft. As yeah, you definitely need an axe this game. Actually, it's Legion Dazzle's not as cheesy as like a Huskar Dazzle or a Huskar Oracle, but it's kind of getting there. An axe would really put a rest to that. You can pick the axe here if you're Viking GG to deny it. Or the Naga. I still like axe here, I think, to be quite honest. It's good damage against the Naga. With the spin, of course, you won't have any mana whatsoever once she gets the Diffusal, and the damage is really scary. Once you get that up, the Riptide armor is pretty spooky, but you get yourself a nice little, you get yourself a, well, no, because it's not even that good, actually. Even Blade Mail's not too good this game against him. I like the Naga pick, because if you don't chrono her, you can almost guarantee she's going to sing you the Song of Her People while Void is chronoing. So it makes her very high priority. You need to catch Dazzle as well, ideally, I would say, to make that a potential kill too. Naga's coming to popularity here quite recently. There's no Lesh in the pool, which deals with Naga quite nicely. You can go for a Sand King, which wouldn't be terrible either, to be quite honest. Can do an off lane. I don't know if I like that much, honestly. I was say off lane Shaker. Well, your safe lane's probably going to be the Void, so you need a mid and an off laner here. Timber is not bad here, actually. It's good against the Legion Commander. The silence might be an issue for him, of course, but the reactive armor as well is pretty strong against the Naga Siren. Plus, of course, being a melee hero, he excels there. So you can go with a Timber if you want. An Enigma is not too terrible this game. It's additional damage into the Chrono. I think a Timber is good, though, honestly. Sand King, is he banned? Not quite. Tiny as well has been getting skipped a lot throughout the ban phases. Maybe you just pick a Tiny here. We got a disconnect. We have had a disconnect, but not from the drafter, at least. So what'll it be, boys? 14 seconds left of reserve time. Going pretty deep here as well. They will random a hero if they don't decide to choose one. Is Sani okay? It is the Timber. Yeah, it's a good hero this game. Of course, not knowing the players, it's always of, do we have a Timber player? Chances are yes, because the hero was good for quite some time, so almost anyone has played him a few times or two. But the Witch Doctor pick is also very strong. It's good damage into the Chrono early on as well with the Maledict, potentially finding kills. I like a 1-2-2-1 build, I think, is quite good on a Witch Doctor early on, especially because really no matter what lane you're going to go in, you're going to have a hell of a lot of harass to deal with, right? Overwhelming odds. The Skywrath queue. I don't know what they're actually called. They just call them the birds. I think it's like, I don't know. I only know the flare. Poison Touch is a lot of damage as well, as is the Shadow Wave. And of course Naga with the Riptides and her illusions. Tinker going to be the last ban here. We need mid laners for both. Overall last pick here to Viking. Let's see. Lash, no Ember, no Tinker. No Kunkka. Tiny still in the pool. Although he'd be not even too good against the Timber Saw, even though it's an issue for him. Especially because Timber can cut down all the trees and not let you throw an ulti, or not let you tree. It's going to be an OD ban out from Team Unique. TA suffers very heavily against Naga mid game. Ah, so it's gonna be probably a mid timber then for Team Unique. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep, Team Unique here. Okay, so now Viking GG, they're going to... Oh, it could be a mid Sand King. We've seen it. Not too crazy. So now they need something. You got him really hard. You put a lot of pressure here on the Void. You need to create good space for him, which I'm sure teams can do. It's not usually an issue, right? But it is a lot of pressure onto the Faceless Void now is my only concern. Because if he doesn't get a good start and is not able to carry like past the mid game, then you kind of have nothing. Timber is really good at that though, so they've definitely picked the hero to do so. It's good against the Legion, it's good against the Naga, so they can do it. But there is a slight concern there. As now Viking GG having to maybe scramble a bit here. Definitely we're not expecting the Sand King last pick. Oscar, ooh, yeah, that's yep. That's you know what? I'm not gonna say it's a drafter's fault, but if you see the Dazzle pick, you almost always have to ban the Huskar. I mean, it's so risky, especially because the hero actually, I think, is okay, to be honest. I don't think the hero's bad right now. Huskar's good, in fact. And this lineup, that Inner Fire's got a pretty generous AoE, so you can actually, if you're not in Chrono, stop the Void from getting you. You only get stronger the more you actually get auto-attacked as well. It's a little scary, man. Viking GG with they hit him with the Dazzle Huskar. Ouch. Playing up 1-0, and this game, a lot on the line as well for a playoff slot in the OMG.bet Cup here, so could potentially mean a lot. Team Unique find themselves at a disadvantage. It's definitely a draft I think that they can make it work with, but it's a bit scary for sure. Yeah, man, I don't know. The Witch Doctor is pretty good against him because of the Maledict, of course, so he's naturally going to be doing a lot of damage to himself. But you just got the Dazzle, man. It's just, you know, so what? So what? It becomes the problem. Oh my goodness. It's strong lanes though. Strong lanes, however, you got to look at the upside. Strong lanes so far for Team Unique. I think they can definitely make it work. It's not the kiss of death. It really isn't. Just not an easy game either is the problem. Playing down one game, you get hit by the Huskar. A lot of people, I don't know, man. It's tough. They can definitely play against it, but with no real hard Huskar counters, no axe pickup either. Like that's not even half the reason. You know, sometimes it's more than half the reason, but sometimes you see teams pick an axe as well because, hey, you know what? He locks in your HP. No, that's Oracle. He doesn't lock in your HP, but he prevents you from dying, right? But the axe dunk kind of not so much negates, but it is a strong counter pick here against the Huskar Dazzle. So that's also why it's also not at least a bad idea to get it, but I'm just really scared, man. We saw Viking GG pick play a really mean Legion last time, and they're on the Legion again. Rajik's able to get off to an excellent start, really. Provide enough space early game for it too.
You're in deep now.
Oh boy, that's Huskar pick though. Just saw it on the replay. All right, it's not over for them though. Not at all. Not at all for sure. Team Unique instead actually slightly favored by the draft. I think they can do it. It's probably going to be a Huskar mid then, most likely get him that early levels.
Not bad at all.
Oh man, this is... Alright, well, what are we lacking here on the side of Viking GG? I'll tell you what we're lacking. We don't have a stun, right? You have no way of lockdown early on. You have a root, of course, with the ensnare, which is going to be pretty good. You've got plenty of slows. Well, the poison touch at least, right? As well as the, whatever this thing is called, the magic bolts, concussive shots. So you got 2 slows, and that's it. So very, very shy on lockdown against a void, of course. So 1 chrono, and this team could actually completely wreck you as well, because they have no shortage of lockdown. They've got plenty of good slows. They've got a burrow strike, which I think is one of the best stuns in the game. Kursk as well, I think, is situationally one of the best stuns in the game as well. It's a fantastic game for a Witch Doctor to build an Aghanim Scepter, let alone, of course, the Rubik as well. Lots of good spells to steal here. So certainly not over by any means. But not easy. It's not an easy game whatsoever for Team Unique here. They are going to have to work for this one. Alright, in we go then. Mid lane, it's going to be the Huskar up against the Sand King then is what they'll decide to do. Last hero. Last time on the off lane, this time they'll throw in mid lane. There's already a sentry at the ready though for last hero, so... And a level 1 here on the Burning Spears makes it very unpleasant to lane against them. Plus you can orb attack with Huskar. What even is that? The aggression early on here as we've got Legion role-playing the Axe. They'll go ahead and dispatch J4 to try and deal with that, but he's now going to suffer in levels. You need to get a few levels in Maldic. This, like, I really mean need to. It's going to be a really great way of working against the Huskar. You really, like, desperately 100% need a Spirit Vessel, mostly for Team Unique, but also for Viking GG. It's going to make it a lot easier to deal with this Timber Saw, who early on, it's not going to be nearly unkillable, but we'll be able to do so. Look at this, J4, with the frickin' first level there in the Voodoo Restoration. Try and cut my creep wave now, he says. He doesn't even care, he'll keep walking here. It's one of the best heals early on, because... Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying. You barely heal, but yeah, but you barely have HP either in the early game, so costs like what, like 5 mana a second, 8. It's barely 5. And Void, a melee hero, so he does well, mostly okay there. Last hitting under tower. I think we just looked over at a bad time. 10 and 3, and look at all this attack damage. They've actually zoned out this Timbersaw so effectively. He doesn't have a stick yet. So I think he's actually just dead here, yeah. This is going to be first blood for sure. Naive now dead here on the offlane Timbersaw. They've done a good job of forcing him out to make sure that he doesn't get that level 2. He's got first level in the Timber Chain, interestingly enough. So they're going to do as much damage as they can before they actually get a level there in the reactive armor. And it becomes a bit more difficult then. Still lots of magic damage though. But Poison Touch being a physical type, it makes it a bit more difficult, right? Because then that is going to get reduced by the armor as well. How is Sand King faring here? 8-0 compared to 12-5. That the Vision game not helping him. And a Mastermind even is just so ready here with the D wards. Might be dead. 3, you were on fire. It's not too much damage early on, thankfully, but it's a whole lot. And has activated the salve early on before the spear stacks have ended. So that's a real feels bad for sure. He's going to be relegated pretty much back to the fountain. He's not going to really be able to get too close. In fact, he didn't use the Tango to eat the ward, which is going to be the most efficient use there. Because he probably should ferry himself out more tangos anyway this early on. I mean, what else can you even do? Is here J4 again getting aggressive. Give yourself that armor bonus. This is actually quite a clowny strat, but I do like it. It makes it so much harder to kill these creeps, right? Overwhelming odds is going to be a bit dangerous though, so J4 does need to watch his positioning here. This is now turning likely. Overwhelming odds. Like, look at this. Like, it's actually so much damage against the Legion here with the creep, but the overwhelming odds is good work as well. You do have that attack speed, or the move advantage here as well. Might be first blood here. Nice Rubik telekinesis toss as the debuff, or the buff will end there from overwhelming odds. You do leave Timbersaw all alone, and you're going to leave last hero alone mid lane as well, making it pretty difficult for him. Good damage here. No levels yet in the Caustic Finale, though. Surprised these two don't see each other. Really? Is that the case? I mean, I guess we can easily check, right? Yeah, they don't actually see the sentry there. Interestingly enough, just out of range it must be. They're gonna kill top lane, likely, right? Yeah. No, bottom. Running him down with the Fade Bolt. That's really unfortunate, mostly for last hero. He's probably going to think he's okay to maybe... No, actually, he should know something's up because there was an early sentry ward dropped, and he still hasn't dewarded that one. But lots of free space here for K-Sunny. Going to be able to make that work to his best ability here. 34 and 11, so he is just cruising in CS mode while cruising for a bruising as Sand King, though. Not nearly having as much fun this game. I think he's just dead. Yep. Will burn down there. You are on fire. You are dead. 3 levels in the burning spears, man. He doesn't even need that many to kill you, unfortunately. 5-minute rune spawning. Flash able to TP out. Where are your stuns? You have none. As you are just a mere Timber Saw. Now you're even going to get a kill there. Kasani getting the kill as well. 1-0 now has the Chronosphere. 37 and 13. You are giving a lot of room to the Void. That's going to be a bit scary. I like his little back and forth dance he does sometimes when he just needs to waste time, when he's got nothing better to do. It's cute. I like it. Last hero now, at least setting up vision though, has the sentry in lane. So he's got 2 here, providing pretty good coverage, able to get D-wards quite nicely. But we're going to have a... they know they would need to finish early though. That's going to be Viking GG's time, because then you have a very distinct lack of lockdown, at which point you're going to have really major Void problems. Speaking of Void, 3 heroes now to support him down bottom, as that cask will not connect onto 2. They might consider using the Chrono here. They absolutely will. No levels in the Maledict, though, as it's only a level 2 Witch Doctor, but they still have enough right-click damage there. Might even get more. It's a level 2 Skywrath Mage. You're not really all too scared of him, but he is fast, at least. 328 move speed, one of the faster heroes in the game, without boots. And they go now onto the Dazzle turnaround. Gets only 2 here with the Poison Touch. Likely to die here, though. This is way too much farm now to the Void. This is definitely going to be a problem here. They're going to need to commit a few more heroes. There's a DD rune on Radix. Might be able to at least do something with that, but now it's going to free up some more pressure here for the Timber Saw, who is actually pretty good against Huskar. Not, like, amazing, obviously, but at least can try and fight him here. Might see an Urn on him. More realistically, I think it should be the Witch Doctor to get it here. I think Rubik should go straight into Boots Blink. It's a 4 Rubik after all. Or maybe you just make it a 4 Witch Doctor. D-Ward in here is last hero. Nicely done there. Top lane, Exotic Deer. Against the Timbers, not the best matchup here in favor of Exotic Deer. So at least Naive able to get in there, do a bit more damage. As finally he's got 3 levels now in the reactive armor. Now gank here onto the Huskar. Oh, this is a Skywrath Mage, just kidding. I was like, how is he dying so fast? It's because it's not Huskar. Here he comes out from the jungle. Oh, the life break there, but does have the damage. My goodness, it's level 4 Burning Spears. I forgot, sometimes you see a level in Inner Fire get picked up first, but no, not this time. Now in a bit of trouble here. Only level 1 Maledict, though, actually, so more than fine, especially with the healing. But we have yet to see the Dazzle and Shallow Grave combo. So as good as we might think this is going, they have really no way to cut that down. Sure, you know, we'll get a Spear Vessel, right? So at least you want to be able to heal up. Yeah, but that's not the problem. The problem is he's going to be throwing spears at 100 miles an hour. He's going to be like a... what's this guy going to look like? What throws fire besides flamethrowers? I need something a little bit more creative than that. It's like a rapper, spitting fire. He's going to be crazy, you know. He's going to be Eminem in 8 Mile on the mic. Just freaking turning into a rap god up there, right? There we go. It took a little bit of time, but I think that's quite a suitable analogy here. There's my... For some reason, I've noticed that I just do one bit of analogy early on, as there goes the Witch Doctor. Will end up dying. Life Break committed onto him now, Huskar. There's going to be 3 heroes rotating through. Will be Naive. The healing. There's that Shallow Grave, though. And look at this attack speed. My goodness. 11 stacks. Yes, 11 of you are on fire. And that regen now that he's got himself up. The armlets. They're going to try now the Chronosphere. They have accidentally stunned up the Sand King, however. They're at least going to get a kill onto the Huskar. Maybe in a bit more. Flash trying to do whatever he can here. will end up dying now as it's a full 5-man, 5v4 really. Everyone here but the Naga, but it's working out quite nicely here for Unique, as they're going to be able to regain control here in the mid lane. You commit a lot for this, but hey, your Void is very farmed, to be quite honest. Already 4,800 gold, more than the Huskar, who's had, you know, a fantastic time mid. Now maybe you go for a kill here on the Naga. Continue the early aggression here. You're feeling quite strong for sure. Move my mic back just a little bit here. I think I'm getting close to clipping during team fight here, as that's going to be a very dead Naga Siren. Maybe trying to go for 10-minute runes, but instead we'll be in the fountain there for about 30 seconds. Nice kill there. Level early on now into the grave. Long cooldown, but you only really need one anyway for this strat to work out in your favor. You already saw that damage, man. 11 stacks of level 4 Burning Spear. Armlet completed. Going to be going straight for actually the disarm here, which I do like. Sure, you might have a lot of farm here onto the Void, but if you can't attack, well, then we're not really all that scared of him. Of course, just can't get caught in a chrono, though. Rotation down bot lane will be last hero here. Going to be likely very unpleased to find his laning partner here, or his laning opponent here. But Unique going to continue pushing here early on. Let's see, what does Dota Plus think? Dota Plus right now thinks it's just a 2% advantage here for Viking.gg. I definitely say it's still well within anyone's reach here, but Rajix might be looking for the first duel. They are going to be giving up the tier 2 towers. It's going to be a catapult wave, not really looking to fight. Very underleveled though on the Switch Doctor though, because he didn't get any XP whatsoever when he was contesting Rajix early on. Now Mastermind low HP, sure, but look at this attack speed, and of course you already know Flash is behind him waiting for the shallow grave. So the strat is now to just jump the Dazzle, right? That becomes hard to do when you've got a Naga Siren with a Song of the Siren able to reset the team fight there, as they might be going for one now. Song is available, TP is coming through. I believe they've canceled one, however, and they indeed have. It's going to be Rajix's TP getting canceled, but now holding down the Void with the Song of the Siren. Level 6 is available on the Skywrath Mage, but he has had the Time Walk available. Going to go maybe for a kill here. Is silenced up there. Huskar in a bit of trouble. Shallow Grave will now be used, and hello, Huskar. Let's go. Get that damage in. Now we have the Mystic Flare dropped. So they're going to be able to nuke down one. Naive trying his best to TP out, and yeah, I think actually maybe that's what Void should have gone for. Looking like it was canceled there. Tried to do it last second, but much too late. Spell stolen is Arcane Bolt. Not super effective here. It's only level 1 anyway. Alright, alright. Well, I mean, they get the tower here early on, which is great, so that's progress for sure. Your Void gets killed, though. Not too great. 4, 1, and 3. My man's participated in about 70% here. Exactly 70%, actually, would you know, of all enemy deaths. Look at that, though. Blink Dagger, already available Discord here on the Sand King. The positioning here of Dazzle is going to be key. It's so much is actually riding on the Dazzle, like unironically. We'll see how he's going to be itemized. I imagine it's just going to be like 4-staff Glimmer, Aether Lens. Just stand as far away as possible as you can to make sure that you don't get caught here. As they're just going to do Roche, actually. Like I was like, oh, they're going to do Smoke Gang. No, they're going to do Roche. Life Break works perfectly on Roshan. It's percentage based, so it's even better. There we go. Just watch the bash here, but just be a bit quicker on the Shallow Grave. Short cooldown as well. Even with that Juju, actually, he didn't even get way down there, as there's going to be the disarm. Armlet toggling his way. Dazzle's really just here to make sure he doesn't get bashed. But if he got bashed, oh boy, would he be very angry. There'd be a lot of angry pings, but I didn't even see how many stacks of Burning Spears Roche had. But let's just say he was definitely on fire. I think we can all agree on that. Naive from coming through, actually. They might be able to get the Aegis off here. Going straight for Flash, however, almost able to nuke them down. The stuns are there, actually. And look at that. 3 heroes immediately dead. Rajix, I think, was on very low HP, trying to fight. Now Mastermind coming back here with a vengeance. They've got so much against him, though. Another Maledict will be placed down here. Shallow Grave, though, buying back his Flash. This might just be enough to turn the team fight, but unironically, standing in the Chakram and fighting will die to the overwhelming odds. That is stolen by So Bad, I believe. Now with a double kill. Look at that. They're doing it. Sani pushing hard, will be securing the dieback here onto Flash, as that was not nearly enough. They do get the kills onto 2, now make that 3 actually with 1 quick ability, but Naga Siren coming through, has a Yasha fighting a bit early, but that's going to be dual damage now for Rajix. This time able to TP away safely is going to be at least the Void. Very interesting fight coming out there. I feel like Rajik was super low on HP when they started that fight for some reason. He just got like instantly killed. There's no way he dies that fast this early on, unless it was Timbersaw. Honestly, I was mostly looking at the Huskar there. But a fantastic fight there, and you can see why Maledict really does the trick here. Level 3 going to be maxing that quite obviously, but great support duo to try and deal with it at the very least. Sand King, Rubik, not the 2 worst ones. If you steal Inner Fire, go ahead and disable, or go ahead and disarm him. Why not? Rajix rudely taking the Ruin. Might be able to take the life here as well, as the Mystic Flare is there. And might pay for this one, though. 20 dual damage now. Not as early as last time. As last time, I think he was already at 30 dual damage here 5 minutes ago, but a kill onto the Skywrath then. What's he stolen here? Oh, he's stolen Life Break, actually. Wait a second. Do you get dispelled, or do you dispel it? It's a dispel. I'm an idiot. It dispels the enemies. I was like, huh, what is that to? So an aggressive dispel here could actually be pretty nice against them. Use that on a Legion when she's pressed the attack. Can't dispel, obviously, Shallow Grave. But, I mean, I guess that's it. I guess that's the only thing you're going to dispel right now, right? Until we get a few more buffs picked up. Was it a dispel on a Huskar? There's no way it's a dispel on Huskar, right? Could you imagine? It might be. I'm sad I don't know. I don't see too much Huskar. I don't play them either. And they go. They're holding on there to the Shallow Grave. Shallow Grave. Now, they're going to commit quite a bit here to try and kill Mastermind. With the Maledict, though, he's going to be A-okay. Stolen Life Break, at least, going to be able to kill off Ikes in here quite flashily, for sure. DD Rune on the Void, though, and a full Mjolnir, excuse me. Already picked up. Next into the BKB. Team Unique is definitely still well within reach of this game. Mastermind not really comfortable fighting. They might get more, actually. A kill into Flash here is going to be pretty big. Has the Shallow Grave. Not going to use it on himself, though, despite having bad Juju and having maxed it. So it would have been, you know, a 13-second cooldown. That seems well worth using there. Looks like a bit of a misplay. A bit of a long cast animation on that spell, of course. But they're going to lose their tier 2 there. Basically leave it uncontested and end up dropping a kill or 2. Void continuing to farm up here. Do we have a Diffusal on the Naga? Not quite yet, but a full Manta at the very least. I've got to look this up. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I actually missed that kill. Huge kill there. Mystic Flare into the dual damage, Ensnare to set it up with the silence. Just instant dual victory there. Barely actually able to get the duel in to do damage. But that's a massive kill there that they're able to get. That's what I'm talking about, though. They don't have a lot of lockdown, but for a Void, it might be enough. Against everyone else, it's going to be really annoying, especially against a Timbersaw, right? But they've got enough lockdown for one person. What the hell is that? Oh, it's my cat. Can you chill out? Just sit on the box. It's so scary. There we go. The jump in now might be a bit scary. They're going to find Dazzle here. Would be a massive kill on them as Mastermind has jumped before. There's going to be the Cask onto 2 heroes here. As they've got a bit more damage on him. TPing out will be the Sand King, though. Wants nothing to do with that. It is a basic dispel on Huskar. I'm a fool. Well, of course, you can't dispel the Maledict, which is going to be the best thing to dispel this game. Actually going on for a wrap around here. They know that there's going to be no Sand King. Could be a really advantageous fight. A second kill here onto the Void. No buyback either. Two people stunned up, though. The cask is quite strong here. There's going to be the Shallow Grave, though. Not enough, though. There's up into the Ult Scepter he goes. Naive trying to finish him off here. That healing is insane. Song of the Siren as well to create a bit of space for Mastermind to go ahead and escape here. So they've only actually got Radix out of that entire engagement, despite pretty much a perfect cask, Maledict, and Death Ward out from the Witch Doctor. Unfortunately, it's still not enough, but a good kill onto the Void is hugely consequential. And they're going to go in again here with Bad Juju. Their cooldowns are so shortly. They're not going to connect there onto the Sand King stun. And wow, that damage out from Naive was insane. Flash not there, not ready with the Shallow Grave. Will pay with for that. Down he goes now. Naive with a double kill. A bit too far away, but now Naga Siren does have a completed Diffusal Blade at the ready. They could use a break here, I think. Maybe buy one on Radix just to be able to get through the Timber Saw a bit easier. We'll see how they're able to do it. Yeah, I mean, what else do you dispel? Caustic Finale. Oh, Spirit Vessel charges. That's a big one. Speaking of which, do we have one on this team? If we don't, I will be upset. You guys, you need a Spirit Vessel this game. It's like the item. Don't get me wrong. I know he can dispel it off. Well, now I know that. And before I didn't, but now I know, right? Because I did look it up. But, yeah, that's a very necessary item this game for them. For both teams, really. Have we got one on Vikings side yet? Not quite. But Naga's pretty strong. Unrelated, but true. So they've slowed down the farm of the Huskar quite significantly here, actually. Void and both Timber actually out farming him now. The Naga Siren still on top of everyone here. 12,000 net worth to her name. 12,300 actually would settle there on a nice round number for once. And smoking up here is unique. Very low cooldowns there on their ults except for the Chronosphere, and that's up, so we're going for a fight. Smoke will break now as they try and chase down the fake Naga Siren, of course, but now they know there's way more heroes in the area thanks to the Chakram that came out. They're going to land a stun here, and you know what? A stun here on Flash is more than worth it. Spell stolen is dual, interestingly enough. So just like that, Rubik has stolen all of the lockdown on the Viking GG side. It's a joke, but I mean, basically, yes. There's so little lockdown on this team. Might be the crux of this draft. I mean, the great damage and good early game potential, or good laning dual potential early on for the Skywrath, which is probably why they chose it. But, like, honestly, you pick a Lion there, this draft on Viking is so much better in terms of lockdown already. You got Illusion Clear, you can Hex, you got another way. You got like a counter engage, right? Where like, Lion protects the Dazzle, Dazzle protects the Huskar. That's the recipe for success. By that, I mean if anyone jumps on the Dazzle, bada bing, bada boom, you Hex them up, turn them into a frog or a fish if you have a cosmetic. And you go for it. Now Viking GG will smoke up here. They know you so bad is here. J4 nearby as well. As Naive heading into the river finds himself a DD rune. Would be a nice little capture here. Any items on Sky? Yes, but they have killed the courier as Rajik's gonna go ahead and take that one out. 4 heroes now on the high ground here, positioned nicely. Last hero, Blink Dagger off cooldown actually. He just blinked, so they're going to find Legion Commander, go in for the Chronosphere here early on, and they've stolen. I believe that's overwhelming odds this time. Didn't want to go for the dual damage, understandably so. It is good damage on the Chrono, though. Or a good lockdown, actually. No way to close the gap, though. Now, actually, they're going to be going for the Roshan play here on Unique. It's pretty good, but a little bit spooky. You do still have a Song of the Siren available. Naga working her way over towards the pit as well. Mystic Flare, great in a choke point like this. And actually, Naive getting his ass beat by Roshan right now. I'm going to go ahead and toggle off there to Sani. Into Roche goes Mastermind. He needs his Dazzle nearby, and they actually might be able to kill Huskar here. No one's close by. There's going to be the Song to re-engage. You do have the Maledict on him. Do be careful. That is percentage base. It does a bit of damage there. Is now just going to go ahead and heal up as much as he can here. Oh, Shallow Grave has ended. Still has that Maledict. It's going to be A-okay. Will deal literally 0 damage to him there. As Sani now has the Aegis and Achieves. Nice Son onto 2. BKB pop 5. Mastermind, though, is able to man fight here quite nicely. Onto the back lines goes the Legion Commander, doing not too much damage, but Mastermind able to help out there as well. Silences the Timbersaw. Up in the Yule Scepter he goes. Sani wanting nothing to do with this fight. A second Shallow Grave now is going to set up for another easy kill. This Huskar, this time they get it. Shallow Grave into Huskar. There we go, 3 kills, and even with an Aegis, they're unable to get a fight there. The team fight is slightly lacking, to be quite honest, because you did go for a Sand King Timbersaw, so it's like, you don't really have, like, you're a mid laner here, in this case, Sand King doesn't really have, like, a big team fighty, like, no damage in team fight. Like, sure, don't get me wrong, Veil of Discord, in addition to the Sandstorm DPS and Epicenter, is a lot of damage. That's not what I'm saying, but it's not, like, the same as having a TA mid or a Lesh mid. Like, it's just not the same damage throughput there that you have. And it's kind of showing, I think. Like, Unique are playing this much better. They have a draft that, you know, maybe even with an Ember, this would have been different. Mid lane, Ember mid, of course, against Huskar is still, like... you know, it's still got its problems, right? But that'd even be much better because it's a hero that's actually able to do damage with a few items, and I don't know, it just feels like Sand King isn't really a hero to be doing that. Timbersaw is going to be able to get controlled because he's really the only one they need to silence, and well, what do you do from there? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely don't want an Ember. That was a bad example, of course, but like, the concept applies, right? You know, maybe instead of a Huskar, I don't know, who you even throw against a Huskar, man? A Brood, I guess, unironically. Well, we'll see. We'll see if they're able to turn this around here for Unique. They're not too far down. In fact, they still have a little bit of a 1k net worth lead, but that combo's so easy to execute here, and every time they do, it's so hard for Unique to win that fight. Protect, Dazzle, who will in turn protect Huskar, and then you just win the fight. I mean, it's not that easy, but like, it actually kind of is. Like last game, a big problem of the Team Unique draft is like, all right, Wombo combo. We open up with the Fatal Bonds, we drop the rock, you know, we go in with the Epicenter. It's like, no, too many steps, right? Make it, like Vikings, like here's how you do it, right? You make it this easy. Step 1, have Dazzle. Step 2, win the game. And that's what they're going for here. Chronosphere is up cooldown. They're going to catch 2, actually. No chance of a Shallow Grave. He's got plenty of damage. The Maledict as well. That's how you do it, though. As Unique are like, oh yeah, well, what if you just put down a bubble, lock everyone down, have a Yule Scepter because your team has no stuns, and even with a Blade Mal, we're going to be able to nuke them down. That's beautiful. Viking GG, they've got like no choice. If they can't get the engagement on their terms, and if Naga Siren's not there immediately with a Song of the Siren, then your team fight is lost as well. So it's a pretty interesting dynamic we have here. Smokes in general are going to be so strong here on Team Unique overall. Honestly, Viking GG playing very aggressively there. They've got no vision whatsoever in the enemy jungle to really be moving around like that with no heroes showing on the map. It's a bit silly from them. It's a slight misplay. It's something you notice in replays and you go, yeah, you know what, you're right. We're feeling ourselves right now, but honestly, that was a bit silly. Look at the vision as well, actually, out from Team Unique. Watching the Naga farm, Naga Illusions farm anyway. They've got great vision in their jungle as well, so well prepared for that fight. But once again, we should see the graphs. This is a beautiful little sine graph as well, actually. Actually, it's more of a cosine graph since it did start at literally 1. Interestingly enough, is it back at 1? No, not quite. So it's not a perfect cosine graph, but it's pretty good. You know me. I'll use any chance to reference math that I can. 3k net worth difference now. Will the Naga begin to make a big difference here? The answer is yes. She's got herself now a Heart of Tarask. No BKB, but I think that's still pretty acceptable here. BKB still would be nice though, because the Maledict, if they can actually do any damage to you, of course, is going to be the big if. the Maledict will tear through you. It's percentage based, so it's fantastic against heroes with high HP. She does have high armor though, which is going to be the big drawback there. Is they're going to look for a last hero. They haven't quite caught him with the dust. Ooh, he might have just gotten himself killed here. He should have just. He got spooked, man. He was staring in the eyes of like a monster, and he blinked. He blinked first. He was staring against what is it? The concrete angels, right? You're not supposed to blink against them, and he did. That's where he messed up. Huskar still level 17, man. Has at least a full BKB now. He's had that, as well as the Heaven's Halberd, though. So it's going to be a bit better here against Kaysani, as they might just be able to blow up here. They face this boy jumping in now. The dual damage. He's gotten the BKB off at the very least, so the Mystic Flare not too effective. The duel, however, not going to quite be won by anyone. But look at this damage coming in now. Mastermind needs to find someone here. The Yule Scepter buying him a lot of time, as the Death Ward is physical and will go through that BKB, but not too much damage applied overall. Buying back is the Legion Commander, as she will not lose the duel, and they burn off pretty much the entire BKB there of Faceless Boy. That was the 10-second BKB as well, so it was very well done there by Viking GG. I think that fight's about as good as you can have it go. I mean, it could have gone better, right? But it's pretty good considering the circumstances. 10-second BKB is popped. They're going to go right back in, though, trying to catch here onto one. The Shallow Grave is there in time, though. Yule Scepter and just keeping him locked down. Flash is able to get off another one here in a few more seconds, but the Maledict is there. They don't quite have the damage. The HP regen is insane. Not able to get it off, however. He's going to get nuked down by the Timbersaw. In return, they'll kill him. Now both supports are dead. Well, actually, no. Your Void is dead, actually. How the hell did he die? Void ends up dying there to Exotic Deer. It's the Naga Siren effect here, holding on to our Song of the Siren as well. Still full HP, of course, thanks to the heart. Now duel here onto the leap, onto rather the Witch Doctor is going to be an easy kill for them. Ooh boy. Ooh boy, it's a bit scary now. Nullifier is going to be a huge item as well. I think they could use another. Oh, they've already got one though. Oh, right. How did Void die? Probably just right-click to death. Yep, silence and simply just right-click to death. Mystic Flare, too. Fair enough. Fair play. All right. We're back at it then, back at a little bit of a farming period. 4K net worth difference. How does our cosine graph still look? Still looks like a cosine graph, honestly. Just increasing linearly just a little bit. You know, it looks like you add to that function, you add like a linear function, like you know, 1/8 x or something. Slightly increase that line there that it revolves around. BKB now on the Timbersaw, though, 10 seconds will be big for him. A second Chakram is going to help him pump out way more damage here as well. Be able to dispatch of this Huskar much easier. BKB duration cannot be long enough for this guy here. They've got plenty of ways to nuke him down that he's finding. Sand King now approaching the level of farm here of the Huskar. Dazzle, not the most mana-rich hero overall. That's why you rarely ever see like a mechanism on him, because he just doesn't have the mana output, really. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten the, well, it's because he's very poor, right? But I'm surprised he hasn't gotten the mana boots, because those cooldown as well is reduced. And I believe you can actually refresh mana boots. I don't think it has that the debuff that something like a Crimson Guard does, or something like a, what's the other one? Like a mech, for example, or the Greaves. Seems like I made a mistake earlier on. They did have vision that just ended, as Witch Doctor going to get dueled down here. So I'd apologize about that. My bad to Viking GG. Sincerest apologies here. War Staff and Lotus actually on the Rubik is going to be pretty nice for them. Not a whole lot of targeted abilities here. I think you can dispel off the Ensnare. I should know that off the top of my head, and of course you can. Just a basic dispel needed. Poison Touch is going to be pretty annoying. They can deal with that as well, as Roche will get scouted. I heard him beating something up. I didn't quite see it though. What else can they dispel this game? That's quite good. I mean, the silence is a big one, of course. The silence and the move speed slow from the concussive shot, which, you know, concussive shot is about half of their slows on this team. They just have, like, nothing. They need more. An abyssal, maybe. It's going to be good. Legion duel is still good, of course, but they're lacking any additional stuns, right? Like, if there was a maiden in this game, like, I'd be pretty happy. There's only a few things that can stop me from ulting. And they need vision on me to do it. Well, there's Song of the Siren, I guess, which is good setup, but I mean, not really lockdown, I wouldn't call it. Doesn't count. Inner Fire stolen. It's a good spell to steal. It's a good spell to steal, just straight up. It can be dispelled at least, so the disarm can be dispelled there. It's one of the few disarms that can be dispelled, actually, now that I think about it. So you can't dispel Fate's Edict. I think I'm wrong about this, though. But, like, Heaven's Halberd, for example, you cannot dispel even with BKB. You just have to deal with it. That's why it's a very strong item against any ranged heroes. Last hero getting in so aggressively here as they will stun up the Huskar. My goodness, look at that damage. BKB Shallow Grave activated. He's going to jump now onto the Witch Doctor. No way to save him. He's likely to take down here to the life break. Maybe not, actually. He's quite a tanky fella as the cast plays perfectly. They're going to get one stun setting up for the Chronosphere. And where is Flash? Song of the Siren, but BKB and not giving a damn is Current. But it's bought them enough time here for the Shallow Grave to come out. And the lifesteal is enough. Mastermind now with the double kill, but buyback is going to be unique. They want to try and take this fight. Nice cast. Coconut Exotic Deer is going to be maledicted up here, taking a bit of damage with the heart. Going to be disabled for a while. They send in the illusions. Now resetting the fight here as Mastermind will buy back as well. A huge silence onto the Void, walking into the Mystic Flare. He's dead. Does not have buyback, but look at the Burrow Strike Epicenter from behind into the cask as well. They have gotten off at least a Shallow Grave onto Radix, who is going to stay alive a bit longer now. J4 likely to finally die. Ixen with the double kill now as he is going to tick down here slowly to the Chakram. Still spinning, silenced up so you can't actually spin it back. Everyone's so low here. What a beautiful Burrow Epicenter. Mastermind still alive as well. Going to be able to dispel the slows there. Bringing him back down. Muted duel. Flying right across the map. A whole new world. I still think somehow Timbersaw ends up winning that duel there. Well, this seems like it's not over yet. BKB, Shallow Grave, the second one here. He's still going to keep right-clicking you, though. He does a good amount of damage. No vision here available for last hero. He's got a Burrow Strike available. They're going to take the jump onto him now. You don't have enough mana for another Shallow Grave. It's going to be a dead Huskar now for 110 seconds. Oh my goodness, they might actually be able to continue turning this. I don't even know how many buybacks we had in this fight. I don't even know if they can kill Exotic Deer. TPing out, yeah, good luck. And there's a Yule Scepter for you. Burrow Strike to follow up, and a Fade Bolt. Boom, you're dead. Exotic Deer finally ends up dying. Only a second death there on her. Show me this. Is this even everything? It is actually everything. It's a full team wipe. You get a dieback out of the Huskar. 3 buybacks were consumed. 1 dieback as well. Oh my freaking goodness. That's a pretty impressive team fight coming out there from Unique. Like, is that in their favor? They get more XP. The gold change is so minimal. 700 actually in favor here of Viking GG. 2 frickin' BKB used with the buyback as well. I don't even know. I mean, I guess Unique, right? Because they get Aegis and Cheese now. You have Butterfly now on the Faceless Void, which is going to be pretty good. Backtrack, I think this game would be strong because I believe you only get the debuff. You only get another stack of the Burning Spears if it actually hits you. So if you well, you don't backtrack the hit. It still hits you, though, is the thing. So you still will keep the buff. Ooh, boy, but there's no buyback now available here. As in they go onto the base. The Butterfly is good for that anyway. The Butterfly is that reason. And he actually, that was 3rd Roche. So it looked like he got himself an Aghanim's Blessing. So an additional Chronosphere now available. Didn't even need to pay for that one. Doesn't have buyback though, but we don't have the top lane of Barracks either. As the Arcane Bolt slowly but surely flying towards Kasami. What was that team fight? My goodness. Well, this is an exciting game. You want long team fights. You came to spectate the right game, guys. Once again, a lot on the line here in the OMG.bet Cup. Shouts to them, by the way, for sponsoring this tournament. They are the title sponsors, of course, of the OMG Cups. Check them out. Show some support for them. And thanks again for OMG.bet for sponsoring this tournament. Is that Chakram? Ags? It's on the way. Yeah, right? Should be here. Yep, full Aghanim Scepter now for the Timbersaw. Dual Chakrams. Love to see it. A lot of damage burned off there. Mastermind now jumping in, gonna get that blink out in time. Force Staff trying to keep So Bad alive. Mastermind cut it out quite far, and look at this. On the back lines, they're gonna be blowing up the Dazzle. He does have buyback, will be forced to use it, but now Mastermind has the Maledict as well. There's gonna be a bit of healing. The Shallow Grave is there in time, though. And, oh my goodness, what is going on? BKB is all over. Sandking gonna end up dying dead for 2 minutes. Does not have the buyback. Mastermind as well is dead. They've gotten the first life off of Kaysani, and finally the Song of the Siren shows up. That was such a value Death Ward and Maledict as well, allowing him to easily set up the kill there onto the Huskar, who's gotten so much priority. The immediately blow up that flash in that Chronosphere. Great target prioritization. I don't think it's quite over yet. We're actually going to have another Chrono here in 20 seconds. There's another Shallow Grave onto Radix. My goodness, that damage out. But look at that, actually. It's an Aghanim Scepter on the Skywrath Mage, dropping twice the amount of damage now. Close to 3 times soon once he... actually, he's already got the 15 talents, of course. But nearly getting exploded there, but 2 Chakrams is double the fun here. And 20 charges there of the Bloodstone. Ooh. 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 My goodness. These are some just incredibly... technical fights might be a good word for this. They're just long. There's just a lot of stuff going on that you need to be able to watch out for. I need like I don't know, I feel like I'm still missing things. Obviously I missed the fight recap crucially. Let's look at the death recap before we even lose it here. Maledict, unfortunately we don't get to see how long it lasts, but look at this damage from the Maledict and the Death Ward as well. Close to 1600 actually. The Maledict only doing about 500 of that. And of course he does a lot to himself, but as well, this pure damage coming out is just too much for them to handle. My goodness. The double Chakram. Double Chakram into the Maledict is so strong. Up 20k now for Team Unique. Actually, with the I don't know if the Aghanim's Blessing contributes to your overall net worth, but if it did, or if it does, then I mean it should, maybe, in my opinion. I don't know how Dota calculates that. It's actually kind of an important thing to consider, right? Because if you pick that up, it's going to increase your buyback by quite a bit. Duel here onto the bot lane to Rubik. Support's coming, but not quite fast enough. Can just go for the BKB TP out. 9-second BKB, though, not wanting to use it like that. Could go for the Chrono as well. It's only a minute cooldown anyway, but not going to quite go for the YOLO play. 25 talents is going to be the Whirling Death attribute reduction. So good against Strength Heroes, so good against the Huskar. Jesus Christ. Alright, Dazzle, level 21 now, has the mana boots, so on a 30-second cooldown, so we can use that every so often. 9-second on the Shallow Grave, though, is insane here with level 3 Bad Juju. Like, everything else is crazy too. 3-second Shallow Wave. Song of the Siren here, they're going to go in for the Timbersaw. They've got the rest of the team not too far behind him, though. Void ready with the BKB, Butterfly, Mjolnir, and the Lincolns. BKB and immediately is naive, maybe just trying to bait something out there with the Song of the Siren, but no dice, just getting that BKB. I think it's a rather short duration now, too. That was the 7-second BKB, so that's pretty worth it. Ooh, boy. Satanic cannot come fast enough here in Huskar. He doesn't have buyback, actually. Oh, he's going to have it in 30 seconds. He really should save for this. At least the Naga Siren here is here. If this was like a hero like a Juggernaut, I would be afraid that this team does not have enough farm. She's actually going for the Son of Doom build as well here. So crazy strong here, this Naga Siren. Going to be completing the Bloodthorn, Boots of Travel. Eating Ags, why not at this point, actually. It would be quite good. I think, yeah, Aegis has now expired. Rubik respawning here. It's quite farmed. Everyone's just so farmed in this game, except for the poor Dazzle. Okay, here we go. Timbersaw jumping forward aggressively. Smokes here onto 2 heroes. Ready from behind. It's going to be Exotic Deer. As I don't think his smoke even broke yet. J4 in the back, actually. So if they can snip them from the rear, get this gank, yeet the wheat, obtain the grain. Could be a huge fight for Viking GG. They're gonna scout them out, actually. Well, they know that they have vision there. So the concussive bolts flying through there. Oh, exotic deer in a really awkward position. Smokes will break, but the TP will be completed in time. Now his TP's come top lane for Radix. Look at this, though. So bad. Able to close the gap quite quickly. Chronosphere will guess incorrectly. So bad. Walks right past Radix. I don't think he had vision there. Probably not, actually, because you need to dive in here to get the vision, by which time he was already long gone. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Alright. Oh my goodness, Void. What are you doing here all alone? They're gonna jump in, but that's gonna be the Lincoln Sphere broken. What? I don't even know what they used to break it, but it was good enough. Nullified is gonna result in an easy kill there. Dead for 90 seconds. No buyback on the Void. He's 2,000 gold short. What did he even buy? Did he himself buy this Aghanim's Blessing? Did I miss something? Where did his gold go? Did he just get Lincoln's? I thought he's had that for a while. Where did his gold go? The butterfly's not that new. He had the Mjolnir. I was just, what the hell? Alright, well that's a big kill there. Might just be the game. 60 seconds now. They don't push towers too quickly, but they do a pretty good job, and you've also got great high ground defense potential here too. Great vision, great observer ward rather on your low ground, as even just with the chakra, you just clear these waves so damn quickly. AoE, strong dispel though, will keep him healthy. You know, what the hell did this Void buy? Is there something in his stash I don't know about? He's had this Aghanim, like, there's no way he doesn't have that much gold. I've got to be missing something. It's not a brand new BKB. Maybe it's the butterflies a lot newer than I thought. Oh, good to know. Ag's Blessing from Roche does go to net worth. Yeah, that's an interesting calculation, because if it does actually count as a regular Ag's Blessing, it increases your net worth by 5,200 now, right? 6,000. Okay, so the recipe is 1,800. Okay, they make it an even 6,000. Yeah, which can be pretty consequential. Yule Scepter instead onto himself, onto one. Nice Lotus Orb will stun up the exotic deer for a second, but the dual Mystic Flare doing good work here. Shallow Grave to keep the Skywrath alive a little bit longer. Radix BKB looking for someone to duel. Fight me! No one wants to do it though. Last hero might be his only option here, is just completely expending that BKB, walking around trying to find a duel. Want people to get one on Naga Siren. The Song of the Siren will finally come out. Buying back as well is going to be Ixen, but we've got, oh my goodness, a Chronosphere on the backline. Stun up. Huskar has now the active of the Satanic. Nice stun there onto the Naga Siren, but again, Flash saving lives here. Exotic Deer needs to escape. They'll let this heart kick back in, but the Chakram, the pure damage from Naive is there. Buying back now is Ixen, getting ran down here. Now continuing to fight his Mastermind against 4. You do have the Shallow Grave, using it just in time because all that pure damage is coming through. Cooldown on this is just going to be a few seconds though, as the dual damage. Oh, the Chakrams! Watch out for the Chakrams! He dies to the Chakrams as well as Sani. He does have buyback now. That's going to be the third buyback of this fight. Legion, you might as well buy back here as well, quite honestly. Flash going for the TP out. Oh, the Coconut actually not going to quite hit him. Bouncing to Roche instead. Oh my god. Now you'll buy back. No, it's going to be the fourth Roche. We'll have a refresher. Another Aghanim's Blessing here, whom I suspect you give to Rubik, of all people. I mean, oh my god. No, I missed the fight recap. I can't see any death summaries either. Everyone bought back. There's 4 buybacks in that fight out from Viking GG. No buybacks out of Unique whatsoever, I believe. Let's take a look at buyback status now, even though we know it's only the Dazzle with it now. Void still does not have it. Rubik doesn't have it. Everyone else that didn't just buy back in that fight has it as well. So there's going to be the life break. They jump forward, and they actually cut so much HP off of him. They get him with the bait, and now 3 heroes in the Chronosphere. Team Unique playing them like a fiddle. Perfectly executed their Song of the Siren just to be able to escape. This Roche most definitely falling to Unique. They might just be able to end the game there. That was perfect. I know exactly how that went down. Baiting the poor... I mean, you can't stop the charge is the problem. It's not like Spirit Breaker. Once you're in, dude, you buckle up. Let's go. Get ready to explore. So you're going on an adventure. And with the life break, Rubik casts it back at him. He says, no, you. Didn't steal it, I think. Maybe he did steal it, actually. But in any case, that's like what? Like just so much damage broken already. My goodness gracious, now they can pretty much just go straight for the game. Faces Void with the DD. Rune has another chrono in a few more seconds. Aghanim Scepter on the duel, but the double duel now, actually. What is going on here? I can't even tell, but Legion Commander not certainly on the losing end of this one with the bashes coming through. Flash Force to South Grave here, as now Nagasiren all alone. The Chronosphere onto 3, the cast bouncing around, as well as the Epicenter will seal this game. Team Unique, they say, you give them against the Dazzle Huskar, and they say, you know what, screw that. Take a little bit of this instead. GG is called, and we're going to game number 3. Game number 3, guys. All on the line. Hello, Nova. Kind of interrupted me there by jumping on the desk. You couldn't have done that a second earlier. Okay. Game number 3, guys. All on the line here, as the winner here will go on into the playoffs here of the OMG.bet Cup here. I am Seek Strike here, bringing you the action as we've had a very exciting 2 games. The Dazzle Huskar ended up not being enough despite a very valiant effort from Flash. I think Team Unique just definitely having these stuns and lockdown necessary to deal with that lineup. I think Viking GG just needed like one more stun. I think like I don't know, rather than the Skywrath mage, maybe they should have tried something else, but it's a combo they like because they're gonna go with it once more. Likely to see Ixen once again here on the 4 Skywrath mage. They give him a lot of farm on it, so it works. We've seen it a bit today. I've seen it in my pubs a crap ton yesterday as well. And yes, Twitch is having some issues as well. It looks like Worlds, in addition to Fortnite 2.0 coming out, is going to be a bit difficult. Fortnite Electric Boogaloo. It's because Justin Bieber is currently streaming Despacito 2. A lot of the much anticipated sequels are now on the way. In any case, already done with the second phase of bans here, so we'll see. This is the last time where they picked the Dazzle. I think they really could use a little bit more lockdown. There we go. I liked it. The clock from game 1 was fantastic. I think it was Flash again on the clock. Yeah, now this is already so much better. I like it. Plus, you still have an additional source of lockdown there. Even if you don't hit him with the duel, you still have, of course, the cogs there to be able to do a bit of damage for you. The bit of lockdown actually necessary, rather, needed for the Mystic Flare. Again, just a very similar draft out from Team Unique. Maybe this is just comfort, but they played a very solid game of Dota 2, honestly, and I think that was a very solid composition. Repik's got, again, a bunch of great spells to steal here. If you can steal Flare, great. Likely not, just thanks to the nature of the hero constantly throwing out abilities. Okay, that might change. There's a good save for Duel. It's a good save against the Void and Chrono as well. That cast range is pretty brutal, though, so you're unlikely to actually be able to get in there, but good save as well from the Maledict. You can probably dodge. It's 1 Maledict every 1 tick, I think every 3 or 4 seconds. I think it's 4 specifically. So you're going to be able to at least dodge a tick or 2. Might be very useful, as that final tick does a crap ton. Okay, Team Unique now to draft something against an OD. They have, a low int carry, which is always gets scary.
Oh.
Is this not the game 1 draft, actually? Like, quite literally? Is this not the game? What is this? Last pick Warlock here for Viking? But, like, actually, is this not game 1, except reversed? Am I going crazy right now, or is that true? Oh, I don't think I updated. No, that is updated. Let me check the series here, because my memory is fleeting. Let me check here. Here we are. Click on the series, of course. Last ban Sand King. Okay, it's strikingly similar here. I think Viking GG, if they want to make it the nearly the exact same draft, looking like they're swapping the troll for the they're swapping the troll and the OD though, the Queen of Pain and the OD. I mean, Beastmaster gonna be the last week. Good reliable stun, especially through BKB. That can be really annoying to try and deal with the OD through that. But Queen of Pain, I mean, we saw this game 1 just the other way around, right? Surprised Viking GG didn't see it coming. They're the ones that picked Quap against the OD and played it pretty nicely as well. It's able to I would say, reliably defeat, given even skills, it looks like it was pretty easy to defeat the OD there. In lane, of course, he did have a nice comeback. Naga gonna be the last ban here out from Team Unique. They need themselves a core. It's probably gonna be the offlane Legion once again for the third time in a row. Radix preferring the Legion commander, or maybe Flash just likes the way Radix plays the Legion. Could use a little bit of damage early on, a little bit of reliable damage, that is. Gyro is banned, of course. In the first phase, he's gone. Other heroes popular right now for that role. I mean, you got Skywrath, actually, so it's not too big of a concern, to be honest. Not as big as you might expect. But carries in the safe lane that can do damage early on here. Boy, it's a bit of an interesting one. So many popular heroes actually banned out. Pardon me. I don't know if they are gonna go with the similar pace of previous two games. Viking GG do like running like a little bit of a harder carry. You know, like taking a look at the bans. You know, it's the Gyro, the Nakes, the Naga, the Wraith King, even like these heroes that kind of benefit and are a bit stronger later than earlier. Gyro's kind of strong all time right now, which is why he's picked like every game. You could use another stun, wouldn't hurt in the lane.
Alchemist.
That's a stun, that's a late game hero, and it's another attempt here, maybe to try and just get the better of them. Perhaps. It is going to be a safe lane Alk likely. You can try off lane with Radix as well. With both supports, I suppose. It's a good lineup against the Alk, though, I feel. Especially because you do have the Witch Doctor. This time, guys, for real, don't play around. Build a Spirit Vessel, though. Mostly for Team Unique, although a Spirit Vessel is always great in any game, to be quite honest. But for real, you need a Spirit Vessel. It's the only way they're going to be able to deal with Alk, I think. Alk, you get a Spirit Vessel here on J4 on the Witch Doctor, toss down that Maledict, give him a Spirit Vessel. Ult's optional, honestly. As long as you have team with you, that should be a pretty easy kill. Alright, well, this is going to be the drafts here to decide who is moving on into the playoffs here of the OMG Cup. I think early game Team Unique might have a pretty nice advantage. I don't like safe lane Alk. The hero is particularly strong mid, of course, because you get more XP mid naturally because of the, because it's mid and you get solo experience. So you're able to get more levels into the Grieval's Greed earlier on, which is more necessary because it's actually been nerfed, as you recall. It's got nerfed recently. So getting even less experience is going to be maybe a little bit, I don't know. They could definitely punish it here on the side of Team Unique, especially because they're likely to win mid. Quap is a hero that loves ganking other lanes. I mean, she's basically built for it. Great source of initiation, high burst damage early on, and a slow. What else do you need, honestly? It's like it's a lot like a puck, right? But like way more condensed damage.
That was genius.
Oh, it's frickin' Nixon from Futurama. I love Futurama. I need to watch that show again. I wonder if it's on Netflix here. Anyway, moving on. Shout out to our main sponsor, by the way, OMG.bet, the title sponsor of this tournament, allowing for some fantastic Dota to be played here, deciding who moves on to the finals. So once again, quite a bit at stake between these two teams. Lots of wards here, as Unique actually, they're so bad, is gonna scout out that ward early on. It's gone for, is this another 5 Rubik? I think it is. We'll see. Boots queued up first for the Witch Doctor, as there goes the battery assault early on. This should block the camp as well, but J4, no, it doesn't actually. But J4, likely to die here. Unlucky procs there. Ooh, might just live, actually. Little fancy coconuts there, able to save the life. I think Unique have actually gotten 3 runes here. Make that 4 runes, despite committing 4 heroes down bottom. They do commit 3 here on the side of Unique, and they will lose first blood, actually, as I completely missed that one. I'll go and rotate around to find him, but they are going to be tri-laning here, which I have my issues with, especially because he has committed for the Grievel's Greed level 1. Didn't get a single rune out of that. Did not get involved in that first blood kill. Is so far behind right now, it's kind of not even funny, right? Because it's what, 2? Is it 1.5 or 2 at level 1? It's 2, right? So instead of 160 gold, you know, if you go split runes 2 for 2, now you got 0. So you're essentially 160 gold behind already on this Alchemist. Not the start he wanted. First wave gets nuked down like pretty much instantly here, must have. 2 denies on the OD over as so far CS missed in this lane. Playing it a bit differently. Last time we saw this matchup, it was Mastermind on the Quap, so now they're gonna have a little bit of a sparring here the other way. We've mirrored the matchup. Naive this time on the Quap. See how he's able to do. Alright, so we'll see, right? Like I said, just to prove the point, right? Of course, which doesn't need proving, because if you've played a match of Dota, then you know it's just how the game works. A beautiful cast once again out from J4, by the way. He's a real mean witch doctor, this guy. Still level 1 here on the Elk, because they are shrine laning. If we look at mid, he's by level 2 now. We'll give him at 2 minutes. If we look at mid, he's already a level down, right? Just exactly a level. But that is a big difference, right? Because that's the difference between 1 level in the Grievel's Greed and 2. Not the biggest of differences, of course, but still. Now he's got less levels in the Acid Spray, so he's not able to farm this Saya jungle nearly as quick, for example. Stuff adds up, slowly but surely, especially in a draft like this where, I mean, they're all kind of a little bit early, but oh my god, the overlay. The last game of the day, I have to go and screw it up. Well, luckily, the overlay is really annoying because it's going to block all of the heroes, unfortunately, but there's worse trapped overlays to keep up. Mastermind with a DD rune is going to be able to be a bit more aggressive at the least. How many levels here in the Astral? Now 2, able to actually close the gap. Not such an early start so far for Naive as he was bullied, so he's getting bullied a little bit. Queen of Pain is slightly favored in this matchup, however, so still can go the other way quite quickly. My goodness, what a silly mistake on the very last game. It's alright. And they go now. See what they can get here. It's so bad. Oh, that's very annoying. Throw him down to the low ground, force him to take the long way around. So far, pretty calm. 4-0 and 5. As last hero. What is this? Early on, might be a Midas. I don't know. I feel like you want to keep up early game pressure. As salving up will be Naive, trying to look for it. Oh, they're going to miss a kill down bot lane here. Onto Flash they go. J4 in a bit of trouble, though. Exotic Deer trying to find a kill here. Ooh, the bashes, though. We'll keep him at bay just a bit longer. They've got another coconut, but oh, careful there. I don't want to take too much damage. Boy, I think we're finally just about to catch up here as y'all have been screaming about this overlay. The injustice. Yes, it should be catching up here quite soon. As The delay does take a bit to catch up. Some of you have already caught on to that. The more astute viewers in chat will definitely notice. I'll just describe the parts you can't see. That's an excellent comment. Anyway, back to the cast now. 2-1, the kill spread. Jesus Christ, man, you guys are. All right, production value, the T tours. Let's all get our T tours out of the way early on, right? So we don't miss a single kill later. As there we go. As I say that, we missed one, of course. Primal Roar being used there quite effectively. Whew, my goodness, you guys. My goodness, call off the military. We've changed the overlays. Okay. Anyway, Naive now, still getting bullied quite a bit actually, at a level disadvantage here. 5 compared to the 6 on Mastermind, so he's actually maybe just a bit of a stronger mid laner, as that seems to be the case here. Ixen getting bullied, Ring of Bacillus here on the Skywrath Mage, tossing back Ixen with the telekinesis is so bad. Now the Boar Slow is there, but they have the Purge. Now Legion Commander instantly countering the Boar attack. Rip that boar. Nearly level 6 as well. Would be nice to get it. I don't think the Hawk die, and I don't know if that gives you XP. I think you need to actually kill it. Who knows? I know it does have a bounty, but I don't know if it just timing out gives you XP. There we go now, completely out of mana. As they continue to go for this engagement, TP coming through now from the Clockwork at least. So it'll be okay. Four heroes top now actually. Mastermind rotating over there, not gonna find a kill though. 48 and 4 actually leading CS. This is the Beastmaster of all people. I don't want to look at net worth quite yet. I don't, you know, I have to make Twitch chat beg for it. Then we can take a look at net worth. As getting the blink out of there. That is going to be Naive. Level 6 finally has the Sonic Wave, but it's a bit low on levels here. Well, maybe Exotic Deer could be in some trouble, actually. There's going to be the Maledict. Plenty of stuns here as well. I think it's a level 2 Maledict this time. Indeed, it is. Ultimately unnecessary, but making that kill much easier. Flash rotating through. Not going to be in time there. Definitely necessary, actually. 251 damage on Maledict. That's a little bit too much to deem unnecessary at this point in the game. So that's going to hurt the Alk a little bit more. As I said, still a little bit low on levels. Ixen being ran down again. This time there was no roar, simply just damage. Simply just damage applied. They've gotten the tower, however, top lane. As it's down bot, Flash getting aggressive. They do have a Chronosphere, but Power Cogs creating a bit of space. The Cask, not anything to bounce to. They might just want to go for this. You do have a Mango if you want to eat it. Go for this kill here. Can't get too close, but now the gank from Naive. Save the Witch Doctor, the bashes! That'll do it. Coming in clutch there as J4 TPing home, not wanting to give any dual damage away here. Level 6 on Ragic says, the lanes, all but mid, really have gone the way in favor of Unique thus far. Already in the jungle is Exotic Deer here. Only level 5 though, so 3 levels here in the Acid Spray. Only 2 in the... Actually, look at this. Mastermind continuing to farm up. These are nice camps to give to your Alk if you can. Or if you want to, I suppose, right? Soul Ring already here on the Alchemist. Starting the grind now for the Relic. We'll have that not too quickly here. There's a few bashes here will lead into a Chronosphere. You should have this kill. Stick charge is not nearly enough, and you do end up pulling them in as well. But last hero keeping the pressure up here for sure. Able to find many kills. 3-0 and 1 on the Beastmaster thus far. 8 and 1 the kill spread early on here for Unique. Luckily, when I turned off the overlay, that also in it also made when I turned off the overlay, it turned off the inhibitor of Team Unique, and they've turned on the gas now. Now they can see the kill score and go, oh, we haven't gotten all the kills yet. 10 minutes now here. If we take a look at net worth, it's Beastmaster on top. As, now we will get bounty runes. Finally, 2 for 2 at least. So a bit more gold for the Alchemist, comparatively. But still, Last Hope farming completely out of his mind. Has boots, nearly has the completed Vladimir offering as ready as well, rather. But look how much, like this jungle is pretty much his to contest. If you're going to contest it, you better bring a few heroes, right? Because here's Clock trying to do something about it, but no dice. No dice whatsoever, like extremely dead. Boom. You know, Naive just wanted to get the last hit there. This Chemical Rage getting used as exotic deer. Luckily, getting pretty good creeps, all things considering. These two are the best camps to farm. These are kind of annoying, the golems, because one, they can hurl a boulder at you, but number two, they have increased magic resistance, which is annoying against your acid spray, of course, which is physical damage, so never mind, you don't care. That's actually even better. And then these guys are really great because they spawn skeletons, which are the easiest things in the world to kill, and you get that Grievel's gold bonus as well, so you can keep up that keep up the stacks there of the gold bonuses. The tier 2 already gone now, so they're going to start to apply some pressure here. It's an early activation as early activation lineup here for Unique, as they're going to try and perhaps go for kills. Good damage to Chrono as well. I've yet to see Ikes in here. Where has he been? Still just chilling. Now has the level 6 Mystic Flare. Rabbit perhaps maybe trying to find something. Overwhelming odds will be stolen. It's a pretty good spell to steal, pardon me, early on. That's going to be having a nice effect. The move speed bonus is pretty nice on Rubik too. Oh, there's going to be a hook shot. Who have they found? It's going to be Flash. Getting a bit of, no, actually, Flash finds Naive, and down goes Naive as well, actually, getting a bit too aggressive. Cask will be not too effective, as there's going to be a Chrono. Mastermind has already used the Astral, not turning, dropping the hammer. He's going to get one. There's going to be the Witch Doctor ulti from the low ground, though, as Flash going to take a lot of damage here to this. Now the duel onto the Legion Commander, but this is going to be won by the Void. That's one hell of a Death Ward. As they going to be able to get maybe even more. They could just turn this into 4 kills, as yeah, Fade Bolt level 4. Snagging the kill onto Ixen. They're going to get 4 off the back on the death of Queen of Pain. And Queen of Pain didn't even get any spells off there. Just absolutely nothing. A great kill onto the OD. Unfortunately, not enough intelligence stolen for him to really do anything about that. Now the pressure is really on. Roar used there, of course, but really, what a Witch Doctor ulti. They still probably would have killed Legion later had Void died, but now he gets that 10 dual damage, and most importantly, the kill. The 10 damage is, you know, not really all that much to write home about, right? But it's great later on, as here we go, blocking the camps, actually. A very aggressive gameplay thus far, taking his camps. They're keeping Alchemist out of the jungle, down to 22 stacks here, and going to be a slower Radiance as a result here, as Quap's actually been farming his stacks. Or his jungle in general, though. Ooh, big kill onto Mastermind again. How does that happen? Just some bashes. They just walked up and bashed the man. Okay, now out of it, they might be able to get one more. Flash will trap himself inside here. Man, look at that medallion damage as well. I hear another Death Ward. It's going to be on the Legion Commander. Cannot dispel the Maledict now, as they'll drop the Mystic Flare. Last hero a bit separated, but not enough, actually, as he's still going to get the kill with the Centaur Conqueror. Exotic Deer on the run is going to die here as well, with the stolen overwhelming odds now. And all of a sudden, J4 on a killing spree, a dominating spree, with the 2 kills. Ooh, boy. Now, instead of only 1 hero ahead of the Alk, all of a sudden, you got 2. Beastmaster and Faceless Void both above the Alchemist, and it's getting to this stage of the game early on where, first of all, you have a 10k lead against an Alchemist, which is not good. Number two, you're doing this thing where you're already beginning to choke them out of farm, right? So the Alk can't even try and leave his base. His best bet here is to just try and TP to the shrine and farm in the enemy jungle, honestly. Come back with Radiance, maybe then we can talk about fighting. But for now, he's not going to get anything done. It's so tough. It's so hard. And even then, you still have the Witch Doctor to take him out pretty easily. He's building a Soul Ring, which is an interesting purchase here on the Witch Doctor. It's pretty good, actually, I guess, because you get the heals back out of it, but the mana doesn't sustain you for too long. I think it's a spell out or something. Please, someone build a Spirit Vessel. Continue the lead going on Unique. I think that's going to do a great job of keeping the momentum up. I don't know if we have one queued up yet, and it's killing me, honestly. Oh, there's another death ward though. Maledict as well on Rajix, as Mastermind will get a solo kill here onto one. Faceless Void all alone. I focused on the death ward there. Ooh, plenty of damage there. Astral into the battery assaults. Look at that. Hammer getting dropped as well. So it's a big kill onto the Void though, onto the Faceless Void. And this Mastermind now returning. 6 intelligence stolen. Level 2 now in the orb to do a bit more damage. What's the spell he's stolen here? Still overwhelming now. Look at that damage. Sonic Wave barely dodging it out. Oh, but the Centaur Conqueror is there to do a little bit more damage. Now duel onto the Beastmaster. No one wanting to share that damage, however, of the Mystic Flare, as Legion Commander likely to die here to the Maledict alone. Oh, the bottle is actually going to keep... Oh, that's not the right hero. Ooh, make it to the fountain. Yeah, fat chance, unfortunately. Fade Bolt's doing the work there. Alright, well, that's going to be the Relic. Nearly a full Radiance now for the Alchemist. That's really going to help, but the problem is they have so much magic damage against you. Plus, I don't believe Death Ward can miss to Radiance, question mark? I guess it could now that I think about it, because it's also, it's attacked. I always knew it could miss against, I always knew it could miss against, like, PA, but for some reason I didn't make the connection that Death Ward was going to be able to miss against heroes that have Radiance too, even though it's the same. Evasion's evasion. Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic. I did not think about. I did not consider that. Into Roche we go now. All tier 2 secured. Chip damage onto the towers as well. At least the tier 3s, that is. At least the bottom one. And they go to Roche. Look at the healing output of this Witch Doctor. So worth it now. Aegis to Kasani. I was getting a bit close here. Was Flash, wanting nothing to do with the rest of this team though. So they've caught one here. And it's going to be Ikeson. They've got a blink here, and a few more seconds can make the jump. Silencing up the Queen of Pain, but she's got a Yule Scepter for you. Stunning. Oh, they actually did not go through the stun for the Conqueror. Maybe saving it in case they needed it. Sani looking for one here. We go now onto the tier 3 tower. That is going to be the Radiance completed, and they have stolen Equilibrium, I believe. It's got a very funky logo there, so they'll slowly be able to take everything down. You need to be careful. Lots of physical damage and magical as well, both through 2 sources here, but you do have a Chronosphere level 2, a Maelstrom, a Sonic Wave now just coming off of cooldown, a Roar, and the Witch Doctor ulti, so you got plenty of damage in Chrono. You got yourself a tier 3. Get the shrines, keep the pressure up, keep the Alchemist out of the jungle is going to be the name of the game here. They're playing this quite nearly perfectly. Alk has overtaken, you know, he's an Alchemist. Unless you literally kill him throughout the entire game, he's going to find somewhere to farm. And into the jungle he goes. He's creating a bit of space here. Is Flash likely to die? Time walking forward. Battery assault. Unused, I think, there. Yeah, just keeping it off cooldown, I suppose. Getting bashed before he could. Bot lane, Roar is going to be onto one, and they've caught the OD here, and won't be able to save himself either. Having already used the Astral Vision now, they're going to jump onto the high ground. The Cask, not going to bounce to anyone, but it's going to be enough to find the kill onto the Skyrad. No buyback on him. OD and Flash will both buy back as well. Look at this regen, however, from the Witch Doctor, only level 1 as well. And a fair bit of healing is running forward. Going to be able to stun up the Void here. Into the Astral he goes. They do have the Sanity's Eclipse here. Just need to get a bit more install, and that's a second tier 2 down. Now maybe looking for the fight. They're going to be able to blow up the Alchemist. Just died immediately. The Witch Doctor with the Death Ward doing so much damage, and now only the Legion Commander with buyback is almost certainly GG. Good game is called. Team Unique. They're going to take it. Unbelievable. Viking GG. Maybe try and hit him with a little bit of that cheese. The Team Unique going, nah, I'm lactose intolerant. You know what? No. They took that one pill that you take that gives you the enzyme so you can eat the cheese. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I know it exists because I've had a lot of lactose intolerant friends. But they took the pill and they are able to eat the cheese, digest the cheese, and overcome the cheese. 28-4 is the kill spread. Very strong.